Hello, my friends. Welcome to the stream. How are we? How you doing? Hi, Hattie. Hi, Lapine. Switch to live chat. I literally, as I was getting situated, I saw your message about live chat loading slowly for you, and I was like, oh, I should do that. So I changed it. Hi, Moonchild. Hello. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Christine. How you doing? How's your Friday? Hi, Fax. Buenos dias to you too. Yay, we made it. I'm alive. You know, Lapine, that's very valid. Sometimes that's the best we can muster, and I think that's allowed. Hi, Imogen. Happy to see you again. I went hiking 2 days ago, and I can barely stand, so yay me. Okay, well, I mean, on the upswing, Facts, in order to watch the stream, you don't have to stand, so you could just sit or lay down, just lounge, you know? Hi, Aria. Hi, Mark. Yeah, we literally just got started. Thank you guys for the patience and the leeway this morning, by the way, because I was picking up my husband from the airport. So, I didn't know how long that was going to take because, you know, airports are sort of, what's a soup snake? I feel like I've explained this to you guys. It's a joke because in the office, it's a joke from the office. Michael and Holly call each other their soup snakes for some reason. I don't remember exactly what it is. But they use it as a term to replace the word soulmate. So instead of calling each other soulmates, they call them soup snakes. Which I just thought was really funny and also very on brand. Christine, I saw that. Also, thanks for being a McNug for 14 months, but I saw that. Congratulations on your ADHD diagnosis, man. Feels good. It's very validating, I think. It's just nice to, like, have a name for it, you know? Boop, boop, boop. Do. Hi, Ratty. I hope everyone's Friday is going well. Thank you, Fish Chic. I hope so, too. I know. Big ups for the diagnosis. It's a big deal. It just feels so good. My brain isn't broken. It's just different. Yes, I cried after I got home. Christine, very relatable. And also, you're correct. Your brain is not broken. I did not know that joke, but I love it. Natalie, me too. There's something on my face that is really bothering me. I've been anxious all day, and I'm looking forward to tuning in with y'all to take my mind off of it for a bit. Ratty, love that. I'm glad that we can help you with that. We are watching one episode today, I think, depending on how long this takes. If we like fly through it, then maybe we'll watch it faster or watch another one. Natalie, thanks for being a McNug for 13 months. I leave for big adventure on Monday. Gentle. I hope that it's so good. 4 months of Joseph being an enabler of McNugness. Okay, love that though. Also, Joe, I saw that. Thank you for the 50 members before I even got on here. Bless. Papa bless. Ooh, my nose is runny. Mima, I was literally about to say all the pollen, like all the trees and flowers and stuff have woken up. So it's very polleny here. Danny, thank you for the 5 memberships. Also, hi, Fred. I didn't see you come in. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're a new McNug, thanks to Joe or Danny for growing our little friends. Hi, I'm usually part of the rewatch crew, but I finally got here on time. Molding Mushroom, yay! Thanks for coming. I'm glad you can make the live. That's fun. Oh, Morgan. That's a heartbreaker. Baldur's Gate romance is not working out the way you want them to is never fun. Yes, Elizabeth, you're a McNug now. Yes, amen. I know, Skylar. Yeah, if you guys want to have your membership gifted to you, or you want a gifted membership, make sure that you here, I'll put a link in the chat for you. Make sure that you have this turned on. When you click this link, it'll give you a little slider at the top. Make sure that it's, thank you, Lou. We just did that at the same time. But make sure you have that little slider turned on to accept gifts because people go wild here. So there's good odds that you could get a membership by the end of the stream if you stay and hang out. Long time no see. Missed you all. Not into the show, but I just wanted to say hello and I hope you're well. Hi, Carolina. I hope you're well too. We've missed seeing you. Anyone know how to make hot honey? No. I would assume you could probably just infuse honey with like chilies or something, but that might take a while. So, Allie, that's an excellent point. You could also just get your own membership if you wanted. That's true. Facts, I feel like if it were me, I would just put the honey in a double boiler and then put chili peppers in there and just like very gently boil it so that you don't crystallize it. But like, honestly, I don't know. I truly have no idea. Sorry, I think Amanda's gifting. That's okay. I think I posted it at the same time that you did anyways, though. Oh, my Discord chat isn't updating. Rude. There we go. Have any of you made maple sugar before? No. What does that mean? Like sugar out of maple syrup? How do you do that? Boo, boo, boo. In terms of spice, you're welcome, Bex. I hope that helps. I don't know if that's really the way to do it or not. Please be careful also with the double boiler because you can explode stuff if you're not careful. So make sure you're using heat safe everything. Thanks for renewing me, Joseph. Shout out to Joe. Thanks, Ratty, for being here and being a McNug. And also thanks, Joe, for gifting us absolutely wild amount of memberships before we even got started. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Arwen's Rose. How you doing? My nose won't stop running, you guys. I'm really frustrated about it. Making some lunch, joining you for the traditional finishing work block. Yay, Michelle. I hope that it makes work go faster. Howdy, y'all. How did I get a membership? Yeah, Cass, thanks you to Joe. Thanks you to Joe. Joe goes ham and then just doesn't say anything, but we see you, Joe, gifting people memberships. Yeah, Allie, I think it's just all the pollen. Because everything, I feel like everything bloomed overnight. Ah, Travis, that's so nice. Thank you. It's 76 degrees in my living room and I'm about to fight Greg Abbott about it because this is somehow his fault. It is his fault, always. Your ADHD vid made me feel so validated and helped me piece together some of the reasons why I am the way I am. Oh, and why I struggle with things. Been diagnosed for 15 plus years, but still learning about it. Katie, I'm so glad. I feel like there's a lot of aspects of ADHD that people don't normally talk about, which is really frustrating because it is like a very pervasive disorder. Like it shows up in a lot of areas of your life that we don't really account for. Danny, thank you for the 5 more memberships. My God. Let's see. Macy, Steph, Laura, Caroline, and somebody else who flew by. Welcome to the McNugs. You're one of us now. Spency. Yeah. Thank you, Danny, for even more McNugs. Get memberships. Teacher Christine says hi, by the way. And Christine K says hi from Disney. Hi. Hi to both of the Christines. I know we only have 1/3 of the Christine triumvirate today. What the heck? Oops, I almost scratched my tattoo just then. That would have been bad. A lot of presentation in women I feel is criminally ignored. Facts, I agree with you. Especially because historically, the disorder has only been discussed and studied in relation to men or male folk, which means that a lot of women or people, AFAB people anyways, fall under the radar, which sucks. Thank you so much. I'm fully fizzy and overjoyed. I don't know what that means. I'm glad you're fizzy and overjoyed, though. I'm considering trying to get a diagnosis, but I've been on wait list to see someone for months now, so I don't know if I even can. Very relatable, Patchouli. Yeah, for those of you who are also on the diagnosis struggle bus, just know that that's very normal. It's not your fault. It's not that you're not, it's not that you're not trying hard enough or that you're doing something wrong. It's just really hard, especially right now. A lot of people have wait lists and things are just really clogged up because we don't have universal health care. And our government are a bunch of fascist assholes. My pet peeve about ADHD diagnosis is how it's based on an outsider's description of us. Yes, Elizabeth. Yes. especially because the outside observer is oftentimes somebody with a lot of privilege and also like little experience. Like rarely, if ever, is the person evaluating you familiar with like the ins and outs of ADHD presentation, especially for AFAB folks. So it feels like an unfair game that we're playing. Hi from Dallas, Texas. Hi, Katie. Thanks for coming. My 4-year-old is in the process of getting an ADHD diagnosis, and the doctor was like, well, you have a strong game history of ADHD, Amanda. And that feels like kind of a call out. I have to pay out of pocket for everything mental health, so I'm trying to save that money. Yeah, fishy. That's very human, and unfortunately very common in our current economic situation, you know? My mother said my father caused it as a trauma response, which lol. Can you imagine? Like, okay, thanks. Highly recommend ZocDoc. I was able to get a psychiatrist last year via telehealth in 2 days. Wow, Eraser Dust. That's lucky. Joe, thank you for the 20 more memberships. My God. Welcome to the Big Nugs, y'all. Yeah, if you just got gifted a membership, thanks to Joe for growing our little fam. Also, this is not the... Oh, I think it's just gonna... There we go. That's better. Ugh. ZocDoc is amazing. I have never actually used it. I've heard of it before, but I'm not really familiar with it. Hopefully that's a good resource for folks. Duly noted. Eric, thank you for the £2, my union payment. Bless. Also, just for what it's worth, support your local unions. Facts, everyone should have a union. Unions are our friends. Don't let people try to make you think that unions are bad or shitty, because they're not. Hooray, I've made it. Got the COVID vaccine and I'm feeling under the weather, but luckily I have y'all to keep me company while I try to power through some work on this day. Maverick, I'm glad you're here. Sending you all of the not feeling like poop vibes, but also high five for getting vaccinated, because it's how we protect each other. You should get a sponsorship from ZocDoc. I don't know if it works like that, Lou. I wish it did, that I could just be like, hey, sponsor me. But, you know, maybe one day. Just got here. Did we just start? Yeah, Tiny Artificer. We're just chatting. We're just hanging out. Stream started a little bit late today because I was picking up Aaron from the airport. And, you know, you can't rush planes. You really can't. I wish you could, but you can't. My mother is anti-union. I don't know why, but pro-union child she is raised. People who are anti-union are really interesting to me because, like, why? You know? Like, what fucking rationale do you have for, like, not wanting workers to be able to consolidate their collective power to ask for, like, humane working conditions? Like, why would that ever be bad? I don't know. That's just odd. Yeah, Danny, we're just chitty-chatting the day away. That joke filled me with almond joy. Wait, I want to see. I missed it. Buzz nuts, not unions. Dumb. Yes, exactly, Katie. What are you so afraid of? And like, the answer is that they're afraid of us because they can't exploit us if we all collectively acknowledge our power. I saw somebody ask, was Aaron at the airport for work or for traveling? It was a work thing, Finley. Hey, fellow nugs, popping into Body Double. Hi, Hannah Banana. I hope the body doubling goes good. Thanks for hanging out. In my HR class, a woman said she doesn't like unions because people all get paid the same and no one works hard. These are the same people who say that like socialism is a bad thing because people won't work very hard. And like, first of all, would that really be that bad? Like, what you're saying is that people would only work the amount that they are agreeing to, right? That like people will no longer go above and beyond simply because, right? Like we're working the appropriate amount based on the transaction that you and your employer have contractually agreed upon, which is I work for this amount, you pay me that, and you get no more from me. Like, this is the thing that's really funny too, is that people who say shit like that are always like such little corporation simps. Because imagine if the discourse was like, oh, but you know, wouldn't somebody just like why are our corporations not paying us extra just because? Like, that would be the nice thing to do. Like, how come you can't just pay your workers extra money to sit around? Like, no one says that. No one says that. And like, that's for a reason. It's because we've been socialized to believe that corporations are these like kind and benevolent entities, and like, they're not. They're exploiting us. They're forcing us to exchange our time and our labor for the right to survive. And like, fuck that. No, I'm not working for free. No, you should not be fucking doing overtime that you're not getting paid for, or working after hours, or giving up your vacation time. Fuck that. Take your vacation time. Take the time that you're owed. Don't work for any more than you fucking are obligated to, because why? Like, for why? There's no fucking payoff for it now either. Literally none. Yes, we've been brainwashed. Exactly. Facts. Please watch the movie Office Space. It's therapeutic. I've never seen it, actually. I really should watch it though. People who claim those who are unionized or receive welfare need to go find themselves in that reality for a year before they have anything to say in judgment or condemnation of others. Absolutely, Meyer. Especially because it's always people who, like, my favorite thing is when, Keaton's Laundry, thanks for the $4.99. Finally made it in time for the vamp session before the start of stream. Much needed after these few weeks. I'm glad you made it, Kids Laundry. Thanks for coming. My favorite thing, though, is when people who are retired and receiving government assistance through Social Security say things, not people who are on disability, but people who have like started to collect their retirement, tell people who are currently working that they're lazy for not wanting to work, and that like we're being entitled. Like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you get to live on your retirement benefits because of the money that I'm putting into the fucking retirement fund, because of the money that gets taken out of my fucking paychecks. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's very frustrating, especially when people who are no longer part of the workforce try to definitively and prescriptively be like, this is the way that it should be. Like, it doesn't affect you, babe. Go back to bingo and leave me alone. Like, I have an idea. You got to participate in political discourse and to like voice your opinions when it affected you directly. But guess what? It doesn't. So why don't you leave all of that discourse to the people who are being affected by that? Huh? Like, go back to your gated community and leave me alone. Ugh, it's so irritating to me. My last job had a union with poor leadership. Oh no. And management took advantage of them constantly and gaslit them away from self-advocacy. It was hard to see. That's awful. Cass, I'm so sorry. My husband just convinced me to take a few days off for my birthday. I've been feeling so guilty about it, but now I feel a little better. Good, Kay. Also, birthdays are special. Birthdays are special and fun. Like, what a cool day, you know? What? Okay, but also, like, am I wrong, though? September Rose. No, I'm glad you're taking time off for your birthday. You deserve it. Birthdays especially are just like, it's a big deal, you know? It's a momentous occasion that deserves to be celebrated. My mother paid off her college tuition with a part-time job where she worked for minimum wage and worked less than 20 hours a week in the motherfucking 1980s. Yes, facts. And people who bought property for like a fucking used stick of gum and a used matchstick, like, thanks. For sure. But we're entitled and terrible because we're upset that you literally cannot afford anything. Someone posted a meme in, I don't remember which part of the story. Wait, hold on. Who just gifted memberships? Joe, thank you for the 10 more. My God. Okay, welcome to all 10 of you who are new McNugs, or maybe returning McNugs. I don't know. But you're one of us now. Thanks for coming. Okay, but it did such a good job at summing up the whole I had to suffer, so you have to too thing. Yes, Lou, absolutely. That's the attitude it is. Which also is hilarious, though, because boomers didn't suffer. Like, it's not that they didn't have hard things in their life, because they did. But, like, economically, when we compare apples to apples, millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha probably are historically the worst off generation in, like, a really fucking long time. We're the first generation, millennials are the first generation to be worse off than our parents were at this age. But for sure, we're, like, super entitled and terrible people. Because we, like, I don't know, want to be compensated fairly for our labor because we want to be able to buy property. Wow. The entitlement is just oozing out of us. Like, hello? Busy making an unbaked cheesecake. Ooh, Annika, that sounds so fun. How do you not work extra with clients? I can't help myself. Sam, it's really hard. It is really hard. I won't lie to you. It's not like I have perfect boundaries. Like, I'm still kind of a person, and I am kind of permissive sometimes with boundaries. Like, I'm bad with that. But it's helpful, I think, to keep it in mind, you know? I'm going to tag you in a reel real quick. Okay, great, Katie. Thank you. Sometimes I don't see the stuff that you guys send me, by the way. Like, tagging me and stuff is a much better way to get my attention. Because if you guys send me stuff to my DMs, like, I check those bitches once in a blue moon, for real. Someone was just trying to convince me that that was true about millennial wealth like 5 years ago, and that now we've caught up. Literally, what? Yeah, Finley, that's a wild take. Like, people who say stuff like that, just like, where have you been, dude? I don't get why basic empathy is a hot potato that boomers won't touch. It's okay to be kind to our generation. Yes, exactly. Also, to be clear, there are like a good amount of people in the baby boomer generation who are kind people, who are also leftist and progressive people, right? But like, we're speaking in broad terms here. Christine, thank you for the $4.99. Christine K and I are celebrating our birthdays this weekend. Oh my God, big ups for 2 Christine birthdays in 1 weekend. That's very exciting. Also, happy birthday to you both. I'd have money for a house if you stopped looking at that dang phone and eating avocado toast. Yes, never mind that the cost of everything that we fucking need to live has like skyrocketed. Okay, if they suddenly find a cure for cancer now, I'm gonna be so mad. Yes. Okay, yes. Lou, that's exactly the energy. In person? Oh, that's right. You guys are gonna see each other. Oh, yay. I hope you guys have the most fun time, the best time. Happy birthday to those celebrating this week. Yes, happy birthday to our resident Christines. Well, 2 of them anyways. I've been called a communist for being a lefty so many times. Like, literally at this point, I've started calling people comrade. Like, okay, call me a communist then. Like, whatever. That's not an insult. It's so fucking annoying. People who think that calling someone a communist is an insult are fucking bootlickers. And like, okay, that's fine. If you want to say thank you to your boss for fucking stepping on your face, then like, that's your business, I guess. Joe, thank you for the 5 more memberships. My God. Joe, thank you. I appreciate you. 5 more McNugs. I really do need to make an emote that says like Snookro Snardian or something. I got my other hand operated on, so I'm on the good drugs. Joe, thank you for the 1 more membership. Shout out to Roslyn. Yes, exactly, Katie. I think I look great in red. Yeah, that's true, actually. Hi, bye. Baby boomer is a generation. Boomer is a mindset. I don't disagree with that. Wanted to count down. Okay, honestly, Joe, fair. I know, really using all the gifting options. I like it. I appreciate it. Dare I say snomrad? Maxie, I don't hate that. I have to say, I really don't. My mom fully didn't understand that homeless people couldn't just get a job at McDonald's. Ugh. Yes, until her kids applied to hundreds of jobs with 0 results, including fast food and retail. Also, can we talk about the fact that people who are unhoused, people who don't have an address, can't fucking apply for jobs? It's a mandatory requirement when you apply for a job that you have an address. So what the fuck are those people supposed to do? It's like a very like chicken and egg situation. Like, great, in theory, going to get a job to make money can help you to be unhoused. But if you don't have anywhere to fucking live and you don't have a consistent address to send fucking mail to, then what the fuck are you supposed to put on your fucking application? Also, there's a section of the unhoused population that also have untreated substance abuse issues because we as a country decided to fucking turn our back on people with chronic mental illness and disabilities. And so now those people are operating without any support because we have no access to reliable or safe health care. So those people don't have a fucking address, don't have anything to put on their fucking job application, and a lot of times don't have the resources that they need to treat their chronic fucking medical issues. But for sure, they're just lazy. Like, if we as a country adopted a housing first model to address the unhoused situation, first of all, we would have a lot more compassion and empathy for the people who are being left behind and treated like terrible people when it's not their fucking fault, but also it greatly reduces the financial burden that's placed on like all of us as a community. Like we've proven this definitively in the research, and we won't fucking do it because our country is obsessed with the fucking pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality, which is a lie. It's a lie. Y'all, I'm gonna get arrested one of these days. I'm just waiting for things to really take a turn and for the proverbial powers that be to see my YouTube channel and be like, no, she sucks. She's out here radicalizing people. And you know, whatever. Yeah, I think that's something to be proud of. Hi, Pumpkin. Yeah, you came at just the perfect time. Yes, Danny, exactly. It's silly because that idiom is literally impossible anyways. Yes, Meyer. Yeah, there's actually a lot of interesting literature about how expensive it is to be poor. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. But it's definitive and factual that being poor is more expensive than being wealthy. It causes you to waste your own money again and again and again because you can't afford all of the things that allow you to then save money over time, you know? Also, if you don't have a home and the ability to care for yourself, what soulless asshole manager is going to hire them? Yes, exactly. People who are employers care more about you being on time and easily exploited and somebody who's like reliable to like eke the labor out of you. So like, why would they choose someone who's going to have unreliable transportation, who doesn't have an address, and who doesn't have reliable access to their own healthcare, to their own hygiene routine, to a healthy sleep schedule? Like all of those things are barriers to you being able to show up and be effective at a job. So those people get passed over for jobs anyways. It's not, anytime that somebody tells you that unhoused people are lazy or that they don't care or that they need to try harder, first of all, fuck those people. But second of all, please don't believe that. Please don't believe that lie because that's not fucking true. There are so many systemic barriers that prevent people who are unhoused from being able to change their financial situation. And also, can we just acknowledge really quick that the vast majority of Americans can't afford like a $500 surprise expense, for example. So really like a good amount of the fucking population in the United States is 2 or 3 financial emergencies away from becoming temporarily unhoused. Like, that's a real fucking problem. And the government doesn't care. They don't care. It is so fucking infuriating. Ooh, it's so infuriating. Bye, Mark. Thanks for coming. Wasn't it Finland that gave homes to people who needed them, effectively ended homelessness? Probably, Annika. Finland is consistently at the top of ratings for a lot of things. I've been doing research for a video about media literacy. And Finland was ranked number 1 for like the ability to accurately discern and separate out misinformation and disinformation when confronted with like conspiracy theories and things like that. And a lot of the hypothesis about why that is because those countries provide their population with free healthcare, with free education, with a lot greater access to the basic needs that people need to survive. And so they're therefore able to expend time and energy and brain power on things like critical thinking and media literacy. Did you see that the silly millionaire that deliberately unhoused himself or whatever for a social experiment, claiming he could make $1 million in a year, and then he quit because guess what? It's fucking hard. Eric, I didn't see that, but I'm not surprised by that at all. People have conducted experiments like that a lot, and like the results are always the same. The results are always the same. It is so not a realistic expectation to just like be rich. That doesn't fucking happen. Yes, facts. That also, people use substances to escape the hostility. Yeah, I mean, and like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't feel like it's fair to judge people for that because it's a harrowing experience, you know? Yeah, Momo Raya, welcome to the Big Dogs. There's a bunch of you who are new now because Joe and Danny popped off this morning. So bless up to our Snoo Crow Snardians. The government about unhoused people. It's just them singing the Icona pop song. I don't care. I love it. Yeah, Katie, absolutely. Sometimes I think about a life where I can get an education and I want to go to the doctor whenever I want, and I just want to cry that we don't get that. But Julie, I think that's very fair. I mean, me too, honestly. It's just, the thing that's frustrating is that we so very much have the resources to accomplish that here. We just don't want to. Not us, obviously. We as the people want to. But the people who profit and benefit from exploiting us don't want that, obviously. The amount of time you're allowed to be sick from your job is awful. Yes, especially if you have any kind of chronic illness. Hi, bye, absolutely. And especially maternity leave, paternity leave, if anybody gets paternity leave even. The fact that we force people back into their jobs sometimes like days after like what is actually a really traumatizing medical event and like serious surgery is criminal in my opinion. Sorry about the slurping noise. I had an economics teacher try to teach us that buying only used cars would make you a millionaire over time. That's actually the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Danny. Do you guys ever have that realization, especially for those of you who grew up in conservative states, do y'all ever have that realization where you're like, most of the education that I received from the public school system was like pretty fucking wrong and also like obviously biased and like steeped in bigotry and especially white supremacy? It's really jarring. It's really unnerving. Oh, it's good. It's good to recognize it though. It's good to be aware of that and like be open to having to re-educate ourselves. Yes, Christine. Same. Yeah. Texas and Arizona. That's the handshake meme. Like that. Our state governments are like, you know, why tell them the truth when we could just tell them lies? They're children. And so how would they know? Which is worse, honestly. I've worked with women who go into labor at work because they wanted all the time off they could get after baby came. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I hate that. Imagine going through one of the most traumatizing medical events that a person can endure and having to like work all the way up until the moment that it happens. Yes, Christine. Thank you. I'm from a progressive state, so I was taught good stuff, but they left out the part where the U.S. looks bad. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Like across the board, that's pretty consistent, I would say. I went to a private school, and the amount of info I realized over the years that was just flat out wrong or worse is insane. Okay, that's so awful, Crispy Bees. Not even in a private education. Some of my partner's coworkers genuinely frighten me. He's a middle school teacher. Oh, Allie, yeah. I know how that feels. I think about it all the time. What life would look like if I had grown up in a more liberal state? Because growing up in Arizona is yikes. Yes, Rachel, it is. You have two hands. Crispy rice with the cheese and potato with all the sausage. Okay, Lou, that sounds so good. Damn, now I want corn dogs. If you guys haven't been to Two Hands Korean Corn Dogs, I think is what it's called. It's a chain. So there's locations in a couple of states. If you live in like most of the West Coast, I would say, maybe some of the Midwest. Just Google it. It's called Two Hands. And it's so good. It's delicious. I highly recommend. People wonder why so many folks, don't want to have babies anymore. Yes, Fabian. Like, hello. Rowdy, thank you for the $2. Oh, that's right. Today's Lesbian Visibility Day. Happy Lesbian Visibility Day, everybody. Bless up. Shout out to all of the lesbians in the world, but also in our community. I also ordered Taco Bell and Hawaiian. The Taco Bell was mostly for my dad, but I did get a crunch wrap. Okay, bless up, Lou. That is the choice. Lipping. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go. Yes, happy Chapel Roan Day. I'm not invisible today. That's really funny. The only day I will be perceived, I think it's a good day. It's a good day to choose to be perceived. Yes. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go. Oh, Aaron and I would hyperfixate on that sound so much. Does that make me half visible? Allie, I think, when is Bisexual Visibility Day? I feel like it's sometime in the spring. I feel like it might have happened already. I guess it is technically spring still. It's like basically summer here, so. Does anybody in the chat want to fact check when Bisexual Visibility Day is? Why do I have so many notifications? I think that's the one bad day for lesbians to commit crimes. Yeah, because they're so visible. That's a good point, Koala. Thank you for introducing me to Chapel Run. I'm kind of obsessed now. Oh, Cozy Warlock, I'm so glad because I'm fully in the sauce. I have listened to her music on repeat and I'm like bothering everyone I know about her. It's so good. Her music is so good. It's just like, it's fun and it's poppy and it's like energetic. It's like very much summer music, but it also is like complex and it's meaningful and it's emotional and I just love it so much. Okay, September 16th to the 23rd. Okay, bless. Monday the 23rd. So Allie, our day is coming. I'll try to put it in my calendar so that I remember. September 23rd is Bisexual Visibility Day. When there's gender fluid people who love other gender fluid people day. Let me know. Meyer, same. Like, I relate to that. Genderless blobs who love other genderless blobs. Visibility Day. We should just make one. There's no such thing as too much chapel. Absolutely, Daniela. Couldn't agree more. As a bi, we welcome you. Yes, that's true, actually. Yeah, happy and they were roommates day. What's up? My dog just ran off with my frog plushie. Oh my gosh. Okay, autistic frog. First of all, rude. But second of all, I bought Olivia a little lamb chop plushie because I really think that she's just such a sensitive little being, and I felt like if I got her like a little whoopee, like a baby, that she would like enjoy that, that she would like it. And you guys, she does. She cuddles with it. It's so cute. I caught her licking it last night. I've been holding it and like petting it and like calling it her baby so that she thinks it's a baby. And I think she likes it. You did say Two Hands has deep fried elote. I did forget to mention that, Miss Mothman. Two Hands, the corn dog place, does also have deep fried elote, which is life-changing. We need an invisibility day. Oh, you got your plush bag. Okay, good. Autistic frog, I'm glad. Don't gaslight your dog, Mickey. I'm not. It is her baby. It's her baby. She's just a little nervous Nelly, and I think she benefits from having like something in her close physical space. My baby is very quiet and needs me to move her, but I love her so much. I mean, yes. Eric. The bean. Actually, oh my gosh, you guys. Somebody gave me the recommendation a while ago about a flirt pole for Olivia because she's a high energy being. She's half-ish border collie, which we did not know when we adopted her. So we were ill-equipped to address her energy needs because we thought we were getting another pit bull who are like, zoomies for 5 minutes and then couch potatoes. Nope, not her. But she doesn't like traditional border collie things. Like, I got her a herding ball. She didn't like it. She really did not care. She's just like fixated on fetch. So I got her a flirt pole and I put her ball on the end of it. Y'all, I tired her out in 5 minutes. She was like pulling the ball so she could have it off the flirt pole because she just wanted to go lay down with it. So highly recommend. It's also nice because my body does not work the way it used to. So bending down to pick up a ball and then throw it and then bending down and throwing it, it's kind of a lot. But with the flirt pole, you just, Okay, yes, Rachel, thank you for the validation. I feel like anytime I talk about the dogs, there's always people who are like, oh, you're actually murdering your dogs by, giving them plushies. Hear me out. Get chicken for her to herd. Get the chickens. Oh, no, she'd kill them, Nero. Also, Savannah would definitely kill him. Sorry, Lou, a flirt pole. You know the toys with the stick and then the string at the end of it for cats? How they'll have like a little bell or like a little thing at the end of it and you just like wave it around for your cat. It's like that, but for a dog. It's just big and like heavy duty so that your dog doesn't ruin it. Yes, a wand toy. Yes. It's just a big sturdy wand toy. Yes, Coda, thank you. And you just like loop their ball onto the end of it. It comes with like different attachments and stuff, but then you just wave it around and I was able to just like throw it in a circle. I was able to move her toy in a circle. And she really liked it. Yeah, pity type dogs and poultry do not mix. I've seen Savannah try to kill a bird and a rabbit. Savannah has tried to kill many things. And it's not her fault. It's in her nature. I get that. Savannah's also a lizard murderer. So we have a lot of lizards here in Arizona and I have to protect them from her. Did I tell you that my nieces got me a fishing rod wand for my birthday? Oh, that's so cute. Lou, I don't think you told me that. No, that's so fun. I have a big teddy bear that I've had for 27 years and I'm saving for my sister's kid. Oh, that's so cute, Morgan. I can't get small animals because my poodle. Yeah, she murders geckos. Yes, Christine, it's a real problem. And like, again, I know it's in their nature and I respect that. I do. But at the same time, I'm like, You know, couldn't you just be less violent? Couldn't we all just be a little bit better at loving animals? We have morning geckos here, and they once got in the house. I only found out because my cat had one pinned under her paw. And I was like, okay, what do I do now? Okay, Lupine, that's happened to us too. It wasn't a morning gecko. It was like a whiptail lizard or something. One of the ones with a big ass long tail and then like a body at the end of it. As the dogs were like coming inside, and the lizard like panicked and then ran inside, but it tucked itself up underneath our kitchen cabinets. And you know how like in pre-build like tract home cabinet, like cabinets that they put in, you know, like whatever, you get it, pre-built ones, there's like the tiny little crawl space in between all of the cabinets, and it wedged itself in there. It wedged itself in there for hours. Aaron and I had to make a little trap for it. Yeah, we put a trash can and a little bit of like saran wrap on the ground so that it could like grip, and then hoping that it would just like go into the trash can, and it did. And then we were able to like scoop it. Actually, no, it ended up crawling under the fridge, and then we had to like with a broom just push it out the door. It was so stressful. Our dogs love pulling on ropes. Hold on, where'd it go? Despite the fact that she would want to run and chase all the time. Annika, thankfully, none of the dogs have really gotten into like the tug toy thing, which is good for me because I think they popped my shoulder right out of its goddamn socket. Yeah, I don't know why they're called flirt bowls, Rachel, but I'm fine with it. If it means that my dog is tired, then, you know. I'm doing barn hunt practice tomorrow. She has so much fun. That sounds so cool. What's that, Christine? I stepped on a black widow. Oh, Fox, that's terrifying. I legit think geckos got in through our AC because there's a grate that goes to a crawl space under the house that's like dirt. Oh my God. Lapine, that's terrifying. My cat is useless for when I actually want him to kill something. Yes, like bugs. Absolutely, Fabian. We'll pick the cat up and hold her in front of the bug, and they'll just like, But then when it's something I don't want them to attack, like plastic wrap, they're like, oh, must kill. Like, I think somebody got their signals crossed. Okay, you guys. I think we should probably start the episode, though. My cat caught and ate a cockroach the other day. Oh, Patchouli. That's so gross. Oh, thoughts and prayers. Just prayers. My pit/Shar-Pei mix just yells at anything squirrel or video for existing in his sight. Mello, that's so funny. I don't know, maybe Lab with some chow wants to catch, but he's only ever caught dead juvenile possums. Oh no. She finds rats hidden in tubes. Oh, the rats are safe. Okay. Indicates that she's in a giant area of hay bales and there's 1 to 5 rats hidden. Wait, that's so fun, Christine. Oh, I bet she loves that. It's rat hide and seek. That's so funny. I'm glad the rats are safe though. That's good. My grandpa once got bit by a black widow spider while in the outhouse. Oh, Silas. Oh, that's stressful. Why am I the only one who grew up thinking black widows were only deadly when then found out that they're kind of not? Wait, they're not? I thought they were, Katie. I didn't know that. My cat used to get intense prey drive zoomies randomly. Yeah, also, I want you guys to know you inspired me the other day. You guys were talking about your cat toys. I think on the Couple to Thruple stream we did on Discord. I bought the cats more toys. I was like, I don't think they have enough. So I bought them more, and they're really happy. They're living their best lives. There was one time where a neighborhood cat adopted us through a rat at me. She was playing and picking it up and tossing it across the patio. Oh my. Okay, so their black widows are poisonous, but most people survive. Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. Huh. My cat's more determined to chase books on her shelves than her water bowl. Okay, yes. Also, my cats are so silly. They dip their paws. Actually, it's just Imogen. She dips her paw in the water and then licks it. And then dips her paw in the water and then licks it. She will not drink out of the bowl sometimes, and it's so frustrating. My cat loves pens. Yeah, hair ties, bobby pins, plastic, grocery bags, mail even, just pieces of paper. I have to send you a short. Mine did that. Wait, what do you mean, Lapine? It was me. I was thinking about, yeah, you and Allie, I think. Yeah, hair scrunchies, Allie, definitely. Yeah, because Allie was talking about Cat Christmas, where Allie and her partner like sweep underneath like the fridge and the couch and the cabinets, and then it's Cat Christmas because there's new toys all over again. We just got the cutest gecko. Aw, cute with a yardstick. Yeah. Cat Christmas. Yeah, that's so fun. My cat loves rubber bands. I'm just so traumatized because anything that could feasibly get stuck in their little throats, I'm like, nope, sorry, you can't have it. Because Echelon went to the emergency vet one time because I left her alone for 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds. I set a Christmas present down on the ground, turned around to go do something else, and then came back and she had already swallowed the fucking ribbon. And I was like, that's going to kill you if we don't go to the emergency vet. So we went to the emergency vet on Christmas, like the day of Christmas Eve. We had to go to the fucking emergency vet and spend an ungodly amount of money for them to tell us, oh, she's fine, actually. Doesn't look like she swallowed any of it. So love that for us. So yeah, anything that even resembles like string or ribbon or anything that could unravel and do the thing where like, because cats, their tongues are backwards and they like swallow stuff on accident. Anything like that, I'm like, no, you don't get that. Sorry. You guys can have toys that are too big to fit in your mouth and that's it. I pulled a broken rubber band out of my cat's mouth just in time yesterday. Yes, Emily, it's so stressful. Fun facts, West Highland Terriers, affectionately called Westies, have specifically strong tails so you can grab them and pull them out of holes. What? That's actually wild. My cat Mimi carries around hair ties while meowing, asking us to play fetch for her. Oh, yeah, facts. She was reminding us that she's our Christmas gift. Floss, strings, ribbon, shoelaces, anything they're not supposed to fucking play with. They love it. Okay, you guys. This kitty is so cute. I wish I could send a pic because the world needs a pic of the cuteness. Oh, B-Brain, I love that. We have a whole channel in the Discord about pet pics because, I mean, everybody needs pet pics. I know, don't grab dogs by their tail, though. I know that that's like part of their breed or whatever, but I don't know. It seems mean. Yes, Lou. Echelon loves to chew on plastic bags too. I'm constantly paranoid about that because he's the worst. Yes. Also, anytime that if I order clothes online or whatever, usually they come in like the little plastic baggies nowadays, which don't at me. I save them a lot of the time and I use them to put my clothes in when I travel. Whatever. But I have to be very careful about it, especially stuff that like if I know I'm going to return it because the cats hole punch their little teeth through it like little creeps. And so I feel so bad. A few times I've returned stuff and been like, sorry, plastic bag. Looks like it's been eaten alive. It's because my cats have weird sensory needs. My cat swallowed a whole string from one of their feather toys. Oh, Katie. Yeah, the surgery is my worst nightmare. Truly. Oh, no, Allie. That's terrible. Okay, we are going to start the episode. For those of you who are new here, first of all, hi. Thanks for coming. But also, so that we're all on the same page, I have the overlay up because the stream will get taken down without it. But if you want to watch it without the overlay, you can watch it while we're live only on Discord. There will be no replays available without the overlay, unfortunately, but you can watch it live in the Discord stream room. You get access to the Discord by becoming a patron, by the way. Link in description as per usual. Actually, I'll put one here too. Link there. We are watching season 16, episode 6. We're probably only going to watch one episode today. If we fly through this episode, then maybe we'll watch another one, but I want to go home and spend time with my life partner. So, yeah, that's that. Oh, we're not doing bingo today, because bingo is overwhelming sometimes. And also I think it was more fun without it last time. So, no bingo, but yeah, I think that's it. We are also going to be announcing timestamps, and you can see them on the bottom of the screen here. So if you want to sync your own device at home, you can do that. I am going to have the episode at 1.3 speed though, because a lot of us have ADHD, including Christine. And it helps just, make this stream also not quite so long. So we're going to watch it at 1.3 speed. So just fair warning. It might not sync up quite so perfect when you do that at home, but okay. Yes. Bingo for special occasions only. Yes. That's a big no. Koala, that was a sick joke. I'm gonna fucking cry. I have ADHD. Yes, you do, Christine. And we're so proud of you. I had a nightmare that one of my cats brought a bloody mouse to me in bed. Oh, Layla, that's the worst. That's so scary. Okay, we are starting with episode 6. I'm gonna press play and skip the recap here in a sec, just because, you know. Okay, why is
handsome?
The quality of this ass. Oh,
You're very
there we go.
beautiful.
Thank you.
10 singles, put
At this point, you're only
Just like really don't need all of the recap.
and Shaquille.
There's so much recapping happening.
Enjoy their honeymoons.
Da-da-da.
slender.
Ba-ba-ba. Bum-bum-ba. There we go. Okay, so we're at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Can we talk about how annoying it is that 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the episode is still just like nothing except for recap? Like, whatever. This is the best use of that emoji yet. Yeah, it is actually. I missed the last stream. Was the show still messy? Yes, but the last couple episodes were just like, I don't know. There wasn't anything necessarily new. It was like honeymoon drama and like nothing super wild really. So, chat can probably update you too, Kira. I have terrible memory, so I'm sure that some of the people whose working memory is actually functional have a better recap than me. Okay. I want to sit with my foot under my butt because it is the bisexual way. It may be Lesbian Visibility Day, but I will always sit like a bisexual weirdo. Okay. Remy, congratulations on your membership. Is my internet spotty or is Mickey lagging? I don't know, Annika. I hope it's not me. Yes, Hattie, it's the way. It is the way. Oh, you guys, my arms are tired. My kitty's been sneezing a bunch. Oh, Sam, that's very stressful. Also, getting sneezed on is never fun. Okay, yeah, Silas, I had a feeling. There's some shit that's going to pop off in this episode, I'm pretty sure, because the preview was pretty rough, so. Thank you, Callie. That's very nice. I like my tattoos, too. You can't really see a ton of them right now, but I got a new one, but she's healing. She's hiding under there. My little eyeball son. Love her. Eyeball son. Okay. Anyways. All right. 2 minutes and 37 seconds. We are at 1.3 speed, so everybody is on the same page. And that's it. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. No, thank you. I still haven't fixed my fucking stream deck, so I can't mute stuff quickly, which is super
Another day
annoying.
waking up with crazy hair. My cutie husband. This is not how he slept. We're just very tired, and we don't know what the day will bring, but we are excited to find out.
Our couples are
so annoyed that
halfway
I
through
could
their
just
honeymoon,
lounge on
and we
the
hope they
honeymoon.
use these final days to further understand the stranger they just married.
Their bacon doesn't taste like bacon.
That's probably them cats walking around here.
Ew. You think you're funny?
Because in just over 7 weeks, they have to decide whether they want to stay married
love that, but
or get
whatever.
a divorce.
Think Clint might have found something. Ooh. Yeah, man.
Is working?
That's working. You might want to change shorts at some point.
Okay. No, that's okay. I don't need the music. They made a joke about the bacon being made out of cats, which is whatever. I don't like
That's what
that.
you sounded
But...
like last night, snoring.
I did not snore.
Yeah, you were
Meanwhile, you
here
got an
snoring,
eyeball
you were
moon?
talking.
Oh, that's
couldn't
so
sleep.
cool.
Whatever.
You're matchy-matchies.
You were in like full zombie mode.
I had a bed. Oh, I didn't have a bedroom. It was like a volleyball, basketball game. There was like 2 games going on, and
Hi,
me and the coach got in an
Kylie.
argument.
Oh God, like angry dad.
Yeah.
I didn't have any dreams.
No dreams coming true today?
If we go horseback riding on the beach, that would be a dream come
Yeah,
true.
Lou,
All right, we'll
exactly.
go horseback riding.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Joe, thank you for the 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would put
Hold on.
attraction 6.5.
Pause. Okay, Glitter Envy, Jess, Marin, Senmai, Jennifer, CM, The Name is Water, Cat B. Hendricks, Glass Colors, and Ellie. Welcome to the Big Dogs. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you, friend. For real, you're like on a different level today, sir. Hold on, let me look and see. How do I check this again? I really, like, I should know these things. Let's see. Is it under this tab? I don't know. I don't know where the thing is. It tells me how many new members we gained in a stream normally, but it's not on there, so I don't know. But thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. If a dog were to try to attack your Westie, it would be nice to know you can grab them by the tail. I mean, fair, I guess. I think I would struggle to grab them by the tail, though. I really do. I think it would stress me. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Are we ready? Let's keep going. Oh, that's why, because this hasn't updated yet. There it is. 106 new members today, you guys. Y'all are on a different level. Thank you for all the new members, and welcome to all 106 of you. Yeah, that's raining McNugs if I've ever seen it. Okay. All right, 4:39. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
My nickname's Horse.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I can do anything on a horse.
You're full
No, I'm really. I've done a ton of horseback riding.
liar.
I've been riding horses since I was a kid.
Oh, whatever. Romantic. I would say that we're maybe at like a 3 or 4. You know, it's just a constant joking. It does kind of put me back a little bit.
I'll show you. I can do the one thing where they like do the fancy walk. What's that called? I'm gonna do wheelies around you and my horse, but on his back legs.
You know, I'm not a 24/7 talking kind of girl. I say what I mean. I mean what I say.
I'm ready for some coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some
she
coffee.
doesn't like that.
I haven't really got a chance to call my mom, so
Honestly,
I'm probably
fair,
gonna
though.
FaceTime with her for a little bit.
All right.
All right. My mom and I talk every day. She is very protective, like mama bear, so she just wants to make sure that her cub is being safe.
You're a grown up,
Hello?
though, dude. You're grown up.
What are your PJs?
I'm still having my PJs. I am having some morning coffee.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, your time there is
It's going pretty good. We're getting along very well.
okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. I would say, I guess for me, it would be like the apprehension to like want to do new things. I think I'm definitely more adventurous than he is, because I'm like, let's go and do it all. And I don't know if he's joking when he's like, you know, oh, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do that, you know, because he ends up doing it anyway. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Maybe he's being truthful, and he does want you to push him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm not having to like coerce him into doing anything, but he
I know,
keeps
1
saying
to
if
10.
it
It's
wasn't for
going
me,
well.
that he would probably just sit on the beach.
But you all about sitting on the beach too?
Yeah, but not while we have the opportunity to go and do stuff. I sit on the beach in Florida. I'm not sitting on the beach in Jamaica.
Listen, it's... Let me be clear. If you're a person who would prefer to do activities in a place like Jamaica and sit on the beach in somewhere that you're like more familiar with, that's none of my business. Could never be me, though. Could never be me. Aaron and I talk all the time about how much our lives have changed since we've embraced the idea of like a nothing vacation, because I love going somewhere that's beautiful and nice and fancy and sitting on the beach and sitting in the pool and doing nothing. Like, it's so healing for my little perfectionist and high achieving heart to go somewhere and be like, this is the activity, leisuring. That's it. Don't get me wrong. I love a good zip line or hike or like little tour as much as the next guy, but I don't want to feel like I've had to have, or I need a vacation from my vacation when I get home, because like I work a lot. And so I just like, that's wild to me. Obviously everybody's different and it's not my business what anybody does on their own vacations, because like I don't have to do that. So do whatever you want. But like for me, going to Jamaica, the beach is the attraction, you know? I would be rolling around on the beach as my activity. I'm like, that's it. Reese, you've been a big dog for 3 months. Thanks for hanging out with us, friend. I'm glad you're here. When you realize you're on vacation with the get up and hike people and not the pool bar people. Yes, Amber. I think I've seen a TikTok that's like similar to that with the audio from Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He goes, oh no. Like me forever. Also, this is why me and my best friend, anytime that we take girls trips together, I'm like, she gets it. She gets it. We're going to get up late and we're not starting our day or doing anything until we've both had coffee and brunch and time to shit talk a little bit. And then we're going to go do something maybe. But we're going to take breaks. We're going to sit in a shop for a really long time because there's AC in there and we don't want to get thigh chafing. Like, I'm a leisure girly in a non-gendered sense. Yes, exactly. Doing nothing is fine for a day or two for me, but after that, it will drive me up the wall. I need to be doing something, seeing things, visiting pretty villages, museums, etc. That's fair, Annika. I respect that. Aaron used to kind of be that way, where he would really struggle to idle, but as we've like kind of slowly adopted a different policy about it, I feel like he does really enjoy it more. Swim up pool bar for the win. Pterodactyl, yes. The like fun drinky while you're in the water. What could be better? What could be better? Okay, thank you. I feel so honored. Oh, Lisa, I know. I feel like I remember it like every couple of months I have that realization and I'm like sad all over again, like it just happened. I'm not really a person to get attached to celebrities ever, but that one's gonna hurt for a while. We plan around food now. Actually, yes, Pumpkin, that's true. I think somebody in the chat just asked how Aaron learned to idle. I do feel like it's been a baby steps thing, but it also, like Aaron is right, planning around food, because that's still like an activity, but it's less like running around and like itinerary-y. Mostly I think the perspective that we have is that like on a vacation, we'll have like a thing or like two things that are like the focus of the day, and the rest of the time is kind of like, you know? So it does kind of help with that, like we're not completely aimless, but we're not like super, you know. Yes, you have, Pumpkin. We literally talked about this the other day. You were like, I'm so much better at being cozy. And I like, that's very true, Pumpkin. You from 5 years ago could never have just like chilled and vegged and like hung out on vacation or like even just around the house, honestly, like we do now. We do, like, we are more like active, I guess, like busy than I would say most people are. But yes, exactly, Pumpkin. But vacation especially. There's a lag, Punky. I'm sorry. Planning around food is a lot of how my girlfriend and I do our vacations. Yeah. It also helps that Aaron and I love fancy food, and also like food that you can only get in a certain place. So like when we went to Chicago, obviously like Chicago pizza is like a thing, like deep dish pizza. But you know, like when you go somewhere that has like special food stuff, then like we'll structure around that and like wanting to try new things, which I think is really fun. It works well for us anyways. I know, facts. I also don't want to go somewhere new and not see things or do things there. Yes, Eames, definitely. Because I'm a big fan of like the touristy things too, you know? Like when we went to Chicago, obviously I wanted to see the Bean and like do that stuff because it seems silly to take a vacation and to not see that stuff. We went to like the Natural Museum of something. The big museum in Chicago. I don't remember what it's called. But we do like touristy stuff still. We just don't like have an itinerary, you know? Local food is the best. Yes, Eames. I also love like Instagram and TikTok, if it doesn't get banned, are such great resources for like local places that aren't like the tourist destinations. Not that I don't love a tourist destination, because I do. But TikTok and Instagram are good places to find like local stuff too. Yes, the Field Museum. Thank you, Punk. Also, driving through local neighborhoods is so fun. I love getting on Zillow and driving through the neighborhoods and being like, can we afford these houses? What does the inside of these houses look like? Which is so nosy, but like, whatever, you know? Honestly, that's valid, Pterodactyl Pie, because personally, I love a good like Detroit style pizza that's like crispity on the outside, and it's like more doughy. There's more like crust kind of action, but not quite in a deep dish sense. I do like deep dish pizza though. Like I fuck with deep dish pizza. I described my ideal honeymoon as easy, breezy, cheesy. Okay, wait, Katie, yes. That's the ideal vacation. Easy, breezy, cheesy. I'm stealing that. Can I steal that? Because I love that. Okay, let's keep going. Callie, it is a real hobby. All right, 7 minutes, 3 seconds. No, Lou, I did not say flick the bean. I was talking about the Bean in Chicago. The big statue thing. I know that it's not actually called that, but like for real, fuck Anish Kapoor for being gatekeeping assholes. And I know he hates when people call it the Bean, so I'm choosing to call it that still. Okay. Anyways, 7 minutes and 3 seconds for pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
The water's cold?
Is it?
No, it feels good. You never know.
Does feel good.
Whoa.
Got some champagne.
Danny, I didn't even see that you said that. That's so funny.
Little lovely floating breakfast with an unbelievable landscape.
Okay, that's fun. I want that. Wait, no music, no stop. Ah, fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
That hits the spot.
I feel like Clint and I are getting closer every day, and I think the only hiccup that we're really trying to work through is that like initial chemistry and physical attraction, but we're able to have easy conversation and we can focus on getting to know each other and build on the physical later. What are you most excited about when we get back to Nashville?
Taking your ass sailing, get on the water, hanging out on Dang and Dang It, naming my 2 boats.
Yeah.
Just chit-chatting.
In Nashville, I don't relax very often. Like, I do if I go on vacation, but
I'm gonna make you have fun.
you're gonna make me stop working.
That feels
Well, it's that whole
kind
work
of
smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. So you can focus on actually living life.
I would just have to get my business to a point of like being able to run without me there, because I just signed a 7-year commercial lease, so I'm like, I'm in it.
valid.
It's just all the onboarding stuff to get it started.
Joe, I
People
want to
can do
see
that.
Lucifer
whether
so
that's
bad.
responding to client text or emails. Hairstylists
Denver
all the
airport is
time
so
live
far,
in different
though.
cities. I've just worked for 10 years to build my brand.
Yeah.
I never want to like not be there for my staff, so I do hair Wednesday through Friday, but then I teach sometimes on Monday and Tuesday. What about you?
Well, you know, work, standard, 8 to 5.
Real quick, again, we're not playing bingo today, so it doesn't matter, but like the supercut that they do of women talking on this season especially is so fucking sexist and rude, because I can guarantee you that we could make, oh, bye Stephanie, I hope you sleep good, we could make a supercut of the men talking in the same way that the women are, but they don't. This is so very much the like, oh, women just won't shut up, blah, 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 blah. Like, she won't shut up about her job. And like, first of all, her job is a really huge part of her life. She's acknowledged that from the beginning. And her telling her new spouse about that is like wanting to bring him into the fold of her life and what's very present for her in this moment, what's important to her about life. Like, her sharing that with him is an act of love and vulnerability. So the fact that we're presenting this as though she's being like so annoying, like, okay, like, fuck her, I guess, for, I don't know, wanting to share her life with her new spouse. But also, I am not going to stand for this show trying to malign this woman for talking about her business and her job and all of this stuff that's really important to her, when Clint will never stop talking about sailing. Have we gotten a supercut of this man talking about his flight simulator or his boats? No, we fucking could have by now. I could fucking make one with just the footage that they have on the show. Like, I think it's just important to like pause and examine the message that the producers are trying to sell to us about these interactions. Yes, Allie, which is very much rooted in misogyny. Like, just, it's worth noting, it's worth paying attention to, because the subtext here is that like, women will never shut up and like never stop bothering her spouse, and like, but men are allowed to have interests and hobbies, and that's totally fine. It's very much the thing of like, women always lose when they have hobbies or interests, because either you don't know enough about it and you're a poser, or you care too much about it and that's annoying, or like the thing that you have is not supposed to be for you, or like clearly you're only doing it for the approval or attention of other people. Like, it's just irritating and gross and it's annoying. Exactly, Fabian. Also, can we talk about, just really quick, can we just talk about how harmful and hurtful this is for people who have special interests, right? Like, this is a very common thing for autistic people, when like realizing that you have a shared interest, and like, or if somebody expresses an interest in something that's a special interest for you, to like gush about it and talk about it, and then to receive judgment and like to be bullied or shamed or made fun of for sharing the things that they know about that special interest. Like, it's hateful. This is mean. And it does, yes, it does feel very neurotypical. It does. It's just frustrating and like gross. Okay, Callie, yes, listening to somebody else's special interest is so fun, especially because like getting to watch somebody light up about something that they're interested in and care about is, I think, a fun thing. That might be because I'm not neurotypical, but again, I want to note that for people and just like have that put out there for the ether, because like, you're not annoying, you're not like rude or embarrassing, and if people judge you for like lighting up and wanting to share something that's a special interest of yours, then those people fucking suck, and like, they don't deserve to share space with you in that moment. I feel that as somebody who has been dinosaur obsessed my whole life, I would info dump all the time, and I didn't find any friends who liked that until I was in uni. Ugh, Gutsy Warlock, that's so rude. I feel like the dinosaur thing, like, dinosaurs are interesting as fuck, for real, and like, fuck those people for not caring about dinosaurs. Yes, passion around a special interest is so sexy, Daniela. Joke's on them. I have a paleontology bachelor's degree. Glessy, we're like, that's cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck. Okay, let's keep going. 8:59. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I'm lucky because I do different things. It just depends on their hair. So it's never like, I generally don't leave after like 7.
Well, we have a very interesting dynamic together. Like, we complement each other.
We will get irritable with each other, I'm assuming. We are moving.
Of course it happens. It's a human condition.
No.
Like, if there were another one of me,
Yeah.
I would get tired of myself in no time.
Same. In the salon, we joke about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna focus on business and, is that chocolate?
Yep. Had to hook you up.
That is good.
You know, I'm trying to get deeper with Gina, and it's all about the salon. Everything goes back to the salon, circles back to the salon, and the salon, and the salon. I'm just like, I've heard enough about the salon. Who's Gina? What is Gina about? What does Gina want? Outside of the salon, stop with the salon.
I love that in trying to figure out who she is and what she's about, she's presented to him that the salon and her job and her work is a lot of her life. And he's like, no, not that though. Don't tell me the things that you actually care about. Just like, tell me something else though. Like, you have the answer to your question is that a lot of her life is about her career. But you just don't want to hear that. And like, that's not the same. Ooh, he's so frustrating. Wait, hold on. What happened? I missed it. I just had to take my headset off for like 30 minutes, so I missed what's happening, but it's because I got an offer letter for a new job. Imogen, that's incredible. So excited for you. Big ups, my friend. Congratulations. That's cool. Yes, Katie, she's telling you he's just not listening and he's not interested, which is a him problem, not her problem. Ugh. Men really, like, especially in cishet relationships, this is such a problem where men will be like, oh, women are so mysterious. They won't tell me anything. And then, like, you tell them and they're like, oh, I don't understand. I'm like, I can't hear anything that she's saying. And, like, yeah, it's because you're not listening, sir. Blech. Okay, 10 minutes and 2 seconds. Pressing play. In 3, 2, 1. No, none of that. Thank you. Okay, Jasmine and Eris.
Finally, some couples massages.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi. Yesterday, Eris told me he's never been in love. Like, at his age and knowing that he's been in like a 1.5-year relationship, it puts a little pressure on me because the situation is already unconventional. And I feel like if my way of giving love isn't enough for him, then he could possibly not fall in love with me either. And that's scary.
How are you feeling over there?
The massage feels great. She's definitely finding some knots over here and getting them out. I feel like in these past few months, I haven't really been taking time for myself. So I feel like this is like a buildup of all the stress that's been involved.
You know, if there's anything I can do to help alleviate any of the stress, please let your husband know.
Just don't drop any more bombs on me.
Oh, well, you might get some more knots. I mean, I can't think of any bombs that you need to be aware of, but it's just life. I mean, or even some stuff, I didn't think me never being in love was a quote-unquote bomb, you know, so there's things I'm not even aware of that it'll come across like a bomb. But so we cross those bridges when we get there.
Yeah.
I hate that mentality.
My whole time in Jamaica thinking about hypotheticals.
Of course not.
I know that most people just wouldn't expect someone who's 39 to have never been in love.
All right, husband, it's my turn.
But I'm conscious and aware that like my way of doing things hasn't worked.
You like having your feet massaged?
So I'm hopeful that can change. I'm hoping time will change it.
Yeah, I could get used to this kind
I
of
would
treatment.
absolutely not be rubbing
like
anyone's feet that I just met.
Touch we've done
No.
since meeting each other.
Yes, I would agree.
Besides cuddling, we haven't like rubbed each other down or nothing like that.
Right. I mean, I feel like it's just
Jade,
a
it's
normal
definitely a
progression.
write-off.
You met a stranger a couple days ago, so things are just moving at a comfortable pace for both of us.
Yes. I mean, I feel like you're being sarcastic.
No.
Reese, yes.
Hearing that, it just kind of takes me back some.
He was just talking about sex and asking me, you know.
What's your favorite sexual position?
And now he doesn't seem to be interested. And that's a little alarming for me. All right, husband.
Wait. I'm telling you right now, that whole situation is just not going to end well.
Holding the boat for you. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense, right?
Watch out. There we go.
Okay, that makes more sense.
We're good.
We didn't get any time for morning snuggles.
I know.
I never used to be a cuddler, and that we do that at night and in the morning is so...
Does that make you feel wanted?
It makes me feel wanted because...
Even though it's not sex.
No, but this is better for me, honestly, than sex right now because I'm learning about myself and our relationship style.
I mean, I am a cuddler, so...
I know, but I like it. My nook.
And I am more focused on building our like emotional connection, which I think is really, really strong and really good right now. So I think it's important to kind of wait on sex and stuff, because if we rush it or do it too soon, like it can kind of ruin things. So
I agree.
But I don't want you to feel like you're not wanted. I don't want you to feel like I don't want it. Trust me, I want to. But my last 2 relationships, the really toxic one that I already told you about, we were together like a year and a half or so, and we had sex 3 times in that whole relationship.
What?
And I didn't feel wanted. I felt like horrible, like all the time. And I'm glad that's done. And then in my next relationship, it felt like we used sex a lot to like band-aid things. When we have problems, that would mask what's going on. It should be a bonus and not like what the relationship's all about.
Right.
I want to be like a healthy medium.
I've also had similar, very extreme experiences where, you know, the last person that I thought I was in love with, we, not TMI, but we had a very good sex life. So I took that as like, he really likes me because we're having sex all the time. And then the other extreme where a guy, I literally remember saying to him, like, why don't you want to have sex with me? And he's like, I do. I said, why are we never having sex? He's like, oh, we're not having sex? Like, I
didn't realize?
Also having sex with other people, so I guess he didn't remember who he was doing what with. But based on my past experiences and relationships, like, even if I felt like the sex was amazing, I never felt fully like, okay, they were truly satisfied with me. Like, sometimes I almost felt like a stand-in, like, okay, we had good sex, but I could have been anyone. So when we do have sex, I would love for you to vocalize, like, you were happy to have sex with me and not just happy to have sex.
No, I mean, I can do that. I mean, I'm a communicator, and like chances are I'll probably ask you the same. Like, my like insecurity is just like, you know, it's been a while for me, and I know it's been a while for you, but it's like, will I perform the way she wants?
I don't expect our first time to be like, oh my God, this is the best sex ever.
It's like, I want to make sure that you're satisfied and that you feel good. And there is a little like concern. It's like, well, what if she's not happy with it? Is that gonna potentially ruin things?
First of all, he talks over her a lot, which is really annoying to me. But second of all,
marrying a
yeah, Hattie said, what the fuck was that? Listen, yeah, Christine, thank you for summarizing that more succinctly than I would. Christine said, good thing your dick's not required to get your partner off. And like, exactly. I feel like this is just a very cishet male way of viewing sex. It, like, he literally used the word perform, you know, and like, A, sex is not a performance, right? It's something that's supposed to be connecting. It's supposed to be experiential, not performative. But B, the like determining factor for whether or not your partner is satisfied sexually, if sex even matters in your relationship, is not about your genitals. It's not about like the like, I don't know, elementary mechanics of the thing. It's so much more about being communicative, about being curious, about being interested, and also about having a good understanding of what typically is pleasurable for people, right? Which, like, it's important to acknowledge that the vast majority of folks with vulvas and vaginas are not going to orgasm solely through penetration alone. Like, that's just not how it works. It's similar to asking somebody with a penis to orgasm through testicular stimulation alone. That's not a thing. Like, that's just really not, like, maybe, I guess, but like, really, it's not a realistic expectation. And you would also be better served by exploring the things that are actually pleasurable to that person instead of just trying to say, this is the way that I think we should do it, you know? Like, it's just very frustrating. And like, yeah, it also is curious to me that we don't know that. Lapine, please never say that ever again. I'm not reading that out loud because wow. Yeah, Danny, that's a really good suggestion. The want, will, won't lists are really helpful. If you just Google want, will, won't list, there are so many that will come up. But those are really useful, especially in new relationships, or if you're struggling with the vulnerability and like the fear around communicating those things, having a list that's like more mechanized can go a long way in combating that discomfort. Yeah, find somebody who's more emotionally mature. Yes, exactly. Katie, absolutely terrible. Okay, 1606, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Complete stranger is a unique experience that very few people go through. So it's important for our couples to build a support system with others who are dealing with the exact same scenario. Pretty.
Yeah, it's such a nice view.
Beautiful.
It's a valuable opportunity to not only compare notes, but also to discuss what's really on their minds to those who can relate most.
All right.
How's everybody feeling?
So what you say? We're here in Jamaica, baby. Yeah. And our long-lost people. Glad y'all made it.
But we made it.
So we had to go to Jackson. The research conference was great, presented research, but she was pissed at
I was like, what?
I mean,
Well,
I would
like,
be
you know
too.
what? Education is important. I'm gonna sit the one day out.
She's like, no, you got some making up to do. But
Yeah.
We missed y'all.
We didn't have any fun without you guys.
I said, we were in the room, we were like, they're gonna think we got divorced before. We don't know what they're gonna think, but we're gonna
We
just pop
wonder.
up.
Yeah, we're still together. We're here. We're here.
Has anyone had like their first disagreement or anything?
Well, she broke out some boxing gloves and gave me the 1-2, knocked me out flat. Like I was out for a minute. No, I'm kidding. No, we haven't had any arguments. It's been smooth.
Yeah, we're just kind of going with the flow, cool, calm, collected.
What about you all?
No. I can be a lot to handle sometimes. I know this is something I'm working on. You know, we're getting through it and we're progressing each day and figuring these little quirks and stuff out.
For me, it's just a sense of me trying to understand his sense of humor and like, okay, is he joking? Is there some truth in that joke, or is he just like talking out of his ass right now?
It's always the truth behind some jokes. I really firmly believe it.
What about you guys?
I learned that Chris is very patient and also very calming, which is very complimentary to my wild personality. So I'm very grateful for that.
So it's all about. It's about being there for each other.
Love Spline is ruined
And you
me.
guys,
Same,
the ladies
Allie.
know, like I had a hard date for when we were gonna be physical. I was like, second night of the honeymoon, that's it, because physical attraction is so important, and it is, but we're choosing to work on the emotional element, which has been great. I mean, we've had more deep conversations before breakfast than I've had in most of my past relationships, so.
What about you guys?
I mean, I guess to me it wasn't a bombshell, but it kind of took her back, and then she found out that I've never been in love. I guess it came as a shock since I'm like 39. She's like, "You never been in love? You're 39." But she could be my first love, you know. So.
There you go. Have you blown Jasmine's back out
terrible
yet?
screenshot of me.
Oh, wait a minute. You talked about blowing some back out? Where'd this come from? Absolutely not.
There's a historical reference.
Oh my God.
My wife, you know, she's at a bachelorette party, and she's like just preparing to get her back blown out by me in like a couple days. So
I'll be praying for you, because what if she don't want that?
She's gonna need an orthopedic surgeon. So, okay, now that we're on the subject, has anybody seen their partner naked?
No.
no.
We haven't, you know.
Sorry, what the fuck? What the fuck? I know that I shouldn't be shocked because of how lewd and gross that whole conversation was at all of their bachelorette parties and their little like meeting each other things. But like, are you asking other people these questions? Like, are you just hanging out with your coworkers and being like, when's the last time you saw your partner naked? Like, that's so weird. Clint, that's weird. That almost feels worse than the like, oh, how's your guys' intimacy situation going? Like, that feels somehow worse. Just, ooh, what an invasive fucking, ugh. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I forgot about the subtitles. Yes. My B. They're normally on. I feel like I probably took them off.
We've been
No, stop that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, Allie. I saw somebody say the blown out back thing is such a turnoff, and yes, Allie, the I'm gonna hurt her high five thing. It's very much the I conceptualize intimacy through the lens of perpetrating violence, and that's why it's attractive to me. Fucking ew. I feel like men really tell on themselves when they say things like this, because it really comes across as intimacy or sex is only interesting to me if I get to act out my violent fantasies against women. And that's horrifying. That's horrifying. And also not intimacy, right? That's not what intimacy is. That's you acting on a violent and patriarchal and also childish and immature fantasy. Ugh. It's just all fucking gross. I do hope that maybe they're exaggerating these conversations. Okay, but yes, Allie, I think that's probably part of it, is the exaggerating masculinity in the presence of other men. But this is why those actions get held up as an okay thing to do, because men aren't comfortable being honest about like their emotions and about things that are viewed as feminine. So they resort to these really violent stereotypes. But then because men never have this conversation with each other and they apparently never listen to women, they walk around then with the expectation that this is a normal thing. Wanting to be violent towards your partner is not just a thing that you're exaggerating in the presence of other men. It's a thing that all men want to do. And so therefore, in order to be manly, to be a good partner, I should be even more violent because that's what masculinity is. Like, fucking ew. Like, this is the problem with not calling out this rhetoric and why men who are silent in these conversations aren't fucking allies. Like, if a man says things about how he's like, you know, for the girlies and like is an ally to women or like, you know, an ally to anybody who's not cis men really, but you sit there in silence when your friends and your buddies and your fucking coworkers say these things that uplift this viewpoint that it's normal to be violent against women, you're just as much part of the fucking problem. This is why there's the like, yes, all men thing, right? Because like, if you sit there and fucking say nothing, you're just as bad. Like, truly, you're just as bad. Okay, yes, facts. The fact that they can even think of doing such things is horrifying. Yes, Beth in Discord said silence is violence, and like very much that in regards to all of the issues. None taken. I want to be clear. I'm not defending anyone, just hoping for some of their partners that maybe some of it is a show. Oh yeah, Allie. No, I think for a fair amount of them, it probably is. But again, it does still like uplift and perpetuate this ideal that like creates a violence issue. And so it is still important to talk about, you know. This is why we have a hard time believing that cis-het men know what they're into at all. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Kyle. Also, hi, Leo. I saw you come in. Sorry. What a time to show up. Bye, tired lily pad. I hope you sleep good. Yes. Okay. When men. Okay. 19 minutes and 42 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I thought you were gonna make a joke. I thought you were gonna make a joke.
You know, we've had cuddles, kisses, these types of things, and I think it's just gonna come natural, just like everything else has.
Yeah. What about you guys?
We're going pretty slow. We're going first base. I think Jasmine's attractive, you know, and I feel like I'm a very, very
infantile,
very sexual person. But like that hasn't served me well in like my past relationships, you know, so I'm trying to take a different approach in this situation.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Based on Jazz's face?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Eris kind of explained it in a way. I don't know if he was just trying to make it sound better. But he says he's a sexual person, so I'm just a little confused.
Shaquille and I had the same conversations, like we're getting to know each other, we're having a good time, you know, but I'm like, we need to start this marriage on the right foot, like being open and honest about things. I was like, well, I wasn't expecting a guy with a bald head. But he checks off the boxes in all the other areas, so forget the, you know, physical attraction, that'll grow, so.
I have been in a relationship where that has grown later, and it was like one of the best relationships I had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't someone that I was initially like, had a physical spark with. And so, like our biggest struggle has been physical chemistry. But I mean, I don't think there's like a secret sauce to physical chemistry. You can't be like, well, I'm gonna do this. Like we actually have kissed several times.
Yeah, but I mean, I think.
Maybe you need more kissing. Maybe that'll really
We're working on it.
We're working on it. I like where you're headed.
But, I mean, the physical component, typically, the girls that I've dated are very athletic, slender. So, I mean, that's just the type of mold that I'm attracted to.
My jaw is on the floor. I'm in shock.
I know that the man who's wearing a kitschy fucking souvenir tank top with a beard that looks like it hasn't been groomed since 1999 did not just try to come for this woman's physical appearance. Literally, yes, he has a grocery bag shaped chest hair tank top. And you are trying to talk about how the reason that you guys aren't physically intimate is because your wife is not athletic and slender. Also, can we just talk about the fact that, like, none of the people on this show are plus sized by any stretch of the imagination. And, like, let's clear up right here, right now, that I don't give a fuck what anybody says, because first of all, the thing that, like, fuckboys love to do is slide into the DMs of fat women and be fucking gross and aggressive because they want to have sex with plus size people, but they're just fucking ashamed to admit it. So like, let's just level set from the get-go here that people who are plus size or fat or live in larger bodies are not sexually undesirable. It's not that they're unattractive. It's not that those people are unfuckable, which like fucking ew, first of all, at that expectation being like a thing that anybody's striving for. But again, let's just level set here that the idea that plus size people are not desired generally is not fucking true. But also, let's be clear that this woman's not plus sized, right? Like, she is so very much a straight sized person who is like not at all within the body size or shape that is typically judged or shamed or treated as like being unattractive, right? Like, it is important for us to acknowledge the objective reality, which is that a lot of people treat plus size and fat folks as though they're undesirable, which again is not true, both like, you know, in a figurative sense, but also in like the literal in practice way. But also that like there is a point at which people's bodies become more societally judged and shamed, and her body's not that, right? So the fact that he is trying to judge her body, again, while he's wearing a chest hair tank top, first of all, rude and also gross. But second of all, as if it's anybody's fucking business. Don't fucking sign up for a show called Married at First Sight if the body type of somebody is so important to you that somebody who is like a pant size larger than your typical type is going to kill the physical or sexual attraction for you. But also, with what fucking audacity is this man showing up to talk about how his wife's body is not worthy of his sexual interest? In front of people, too. In front of the rest of the fucking group. As if this is just an okay thing to say. Like, well, yeah, we just haven't really had sex, mostly because of fatso over here. But, haha, it's fine. Like, what the fuck, dude? His expectation that that's an okay thing to fucking say out loud is wild, first of all. Second of all, it's like he's wrong at every single opportunity there is to be wrong. Like, every single point along this road that somebody could be wrong, he's wrong. And it's so offensive, but also, again, speaks to the fucking male audacity and entitlement that people like this walk around with, right? That women and femme folks exist in the world to be physically and sexually attractive to men. That their role in life is to be ornamental, is to be viewed, is to be consumed. Fucking yuck. Fucking yuck. Just... oh, it's so gross. I know, and on television too. That's a good point, Maverick. Not just in front of all these people, but in front of the world. In front of everybody. Ooh, it's not even like he said this in a private conversation to one of the experts as like a, whatever. Also, like, let's just be clear. People are allowed to have preferences, right? I fucking hate when people are like, oh, so you're trying to force everyone to like having sex with fat people? No, because first of all, let's be clear that fat people probably don't want to have sex with you if you're a fucking asshole. But second of all, this attitude of like, well, it's just a preference. It's just a preference. When you're being like actually really rude and discriminatory and judgmental about it, that's not what a preference is, right? Because you can just have a preference and that be a thing that you're like, it's not super for me, but it's fine. But this like, like judging and labeling and acting as though this is the barrier, like, that's a you problem. And again, if that preference is that important to you that you know that your relationship will fail if you're not matched with somebody that meets your very specific, apparently, preference about their body type, don't fucking sign up for a show like this then. Don't fucking be here. Like, I don't understand how to help you because you literally have put yourself in a situation to fail and then you're complaining about the fact that this didn't work out for you. Huh? This is a Clint problem. Yes. Okay, Christine, this is the other thing. Christine said also screw them if they gain weight after marriage. Like, literally, what the fuck? Very much this. This is the thing also that, like, when people say that they have, like, a preference about weight or body type, then, like, so you don't want to be in a long-term relationship then. Because the truth is that people's bodies, regardless of their gender or their sex or their race or any other genetic characteristics, people's bodies change and fluctuate over time. That's just the way that it works. So let's also acknowledge the fact that for these people in cishet relationships, the expectation that someone will bear children is pretty high. And so, like, we should really acknowledge the fact that, like, birthing and carrying a whole ass human being does a lot to your body, right? It's very normal for people's bodies to fluctuate and change over time at all, but especially because when you go through a life-changing medical trauma, your whole life changes and people's priorities shift, especially because the vast majority of people who are thin without really having to try that hard are just genetically thin. But for the other like subsect of the population that are thin because they're trying really hard, life changes, stress, traumas, like family, like changes to your family system, birthing a whole ass child, for example, that all becomes like a priority shift that will mean then that if you were able to or maintain a certain body size by sheer power of will and by like usually like a little bit disordered eating and exercise patterns, that when those priorities change, that your body will then change as a result of that. And that's not because you've let yourself go or because you're body is bad. It's because you're no longer prioritizing the behaviors that were probably disordered in the beginning that maintained that prior body size. That's how bodies work. And so this expectation that your partner should occupy a certain body size for the rest of your life, A, it's dehumanizing, but B, just say that you don't love people. Like just say that you don't love this person, because anybody who actually loves a human being for the human being that they are should not prioritize what their body looks like as the first and foremost reason that you are attracted to them. Sexual chemistry, physical chemistry, like intimacy is something that is more emotional. It's more about vulnerability and connection than it is about physicality. And it's just exhausting to me when men talk about how like, oh, dating is so hard, blah, 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 and then we'll do things like this. Like maybe if you weren't making a practice out of dehumanizing and marginalizing the bodies of the people that you're trying to date, you would have better luck. Maybe if you valued the people that you're trying to position as your spouse or your partner for the people that they are and not for the bodies that they inhabit and the service that they provide you, you'd have a better fucking time with dating. But until you're ready to make that shift, we can't help you. Like, it's just, again, this is one of those things where like, this is a misery of your own creation, and I don't fucking feel bad for people like Clint. It's just fucking gross. It's dehumanizing, it's objectifying, it's patriarchal, it's misogynistic, and just also too, really fucking uncaring. The fact that he admitted this out loud in front of God and all of these witnesses, that he is comfortable shaming her for her body, when again, there's nothing wrong with her body in the first place, but even if there was something wrong with her body, the fact that he's comfortable saying this out loud and shaming her publicly says a lot about the care and compassion that he has for like women generally, but especially for his particular partner. I just, oh, it's so gross. Having kids should be, wait, hold on. Having kids should be the active decision, not the default. Yes, very much. Mark said, I'm still getting used to my dad bod, but it's getting easier. Having a dad bod is so normal, Mark. The vast majority of people are not designed to be walking around on planet Earth looking like svelte and super muscular and thin all the time, because you're a human being. And you're worthy of love and belonging regardless of what your body looks like, but also that like, that's very normal. I know, Kira. Mickey definitely did go on a rant. Good thing we're not playing bingo today. Yeah. Not trying to spam. Feel free to ignore, but can we talk about how athletic is just a dog whistle for skinny, and athletes can and do look all kinds of way? Allie, yes. Thank you for bringing that up, because you're right and you should say it. The idea that you like athletic people is really just saying that you like skinny people. You don't actually care about people's athleticism, because the truth is that athletes come in all shapes and sizes. There are a lot of athletes actually that are technically in the obese BMI, because, for example, being a linebacker on a football team doesn't really lend itself to being a slender, svelte little teeny tiny person, right? Somebody who fucking does professional shot put doesn't have the body of somebody who does, like, I don't know, something else that would require you to be really thin. Also, like, athleticism does not equal small body size. Athleticism is about, like, how your body performs in certain conditions, right? It's not about your body size. Ugh. I was having a hard time in my formative year. Yes, Alexandra, very much that. And it's concerning to see people uplifting that body type again. The like sickening and like sickly thin body type is really, really not healthy for most people. Men who say that they want athletic women are the same men who shame Serena Williams. Yes. And also like the same people who probably participated in the conspiracy theories that Michelle Obama is a man because she like checks notes, has biceps. Like, there's also, you can't convince me, there's a lot of times, especially when this criticism comes from white men, there is often a racial element to this also. We've talked about this in the fat phobia video. If you haven't watched it, go watch that. But the roots of fat phobia are in anti-blackness and racism. Like, the two can't be separated. The reason that we as a culture hate fatness is because we live in a white supremacist culture that by and large marginalizes and oppresses black people. I know women don't have muscles. Ooh. Ugh. Weightlifters also have big bodies, which they need to be able to support their muscles and their bones. Yes, Annika. Also, the truth of being athletic is that you often need a much higher caloric intake to maintain what is actually a really grueling physical activity level. Also, there's a swimmer's body thing, Olympic swimmers who don't look that way because they swim. Yes, exactly. Dating app euphemisms can go pound sand. Big agree, Mark. Also, I know it's not the point, but since it's Lesbian Visibility Day, I'll say women with biceps and a bunch of heart emojis. I mean, that's same, honestly. Yes, he says athletic when he actually wants Ozempic skinny. Ugh, it's just so frustrating. I don't relate to people like this who are so comfortable objectifying and dehumanizing others in public even. Like, he is so comfortable doing this that he doesn't even clock the fact that this is shaming and painful. Or he does, and he's fine with that. He's just either unbothered or enjoys shaming women in public. Neither of those are good. Neither of those are green flags. And also, I don't give a fuck what anybody's body looks like, because I would take somebody who has a body type of any size or shape or kind over a person who is comfortable or at the very least apathetic enough that shaming their partner in public doesn't bother them. That's wild and gross. Yes, Fabian, he's so brazen about it. Ugh. So yucky. Okay, we're at 21 minutes and 42 seconds, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse. So pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Shock right now. Read the room right now. You were sitting in a room with curvy women, what the hell, bro?
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, and she said she doesn't like redheads. So
Here we are.
Literally.
All right, y'all, so I'm ready for some adventure. So in the name of Harris, let's go blow some horses' backs out. Let's go.
I don't think he knows what that means. Please never say that again, Clint. Please never say that again, because that doesn't mean what you think it means. And also, even if we were actually talking about horseback riding, you should never seek to harm the horse. Literally, call the police, call somebody. Oh, bye, Kyle. Thanks for coming. Truly, what the fuck is wrong with this man? Ugh. Literally, why does he think it's funny? Why does he think it's a joke to hurt people and animals? It's a good thing his hobby is boats, because they're inanimate objects. Jesus Christ. Okay, 22:15. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. No. I'd like lovely song, but I don't want it. Thank you.
How y'all doing? Hello. All right, so we are about to do the swim portion of the horseback riding. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, who's going first?
You want to get in there?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm trying to stay open-minded, but unfortunately what he said is definitely in my mind. I mean, to say that someone's not slender or athletic, kind of a slap in the face.
None of us have ridden anything this honeymoon so far, so at least we're getting a ride.
Can we stop with that joke? Can that joke be done and over? After the rude and disrespectful comments that, Clint made to Gina.
What did he just say? I wasn't listening because I'm distracted. Hold on.
It's definitely in my mind. I mean, to say that someone's not slender or athletic, kind of a slap in the face.
None of us have ridden anything this honeymoon so far, so at least we're getting a ride.
Can we stop with that joke? Can that joke be done and over? After the
so
rude
annoying.
and disrespectful comments that, Clint made to Gina. I'm not checking for Clint.
All right.
I've never ridden a horse before, so.
What the hell? Are you kidding me right now? It just doesn't make sense in my mind. Why would you say all these things?
That's so confusing.
Do anything on a horse. No, I'm really, I've done a ton of horseback riding.
Kick your feet, husband. Make it come. Kick it. Kick your feet.
See you in a second. All right.
Horseback riding in a bikini sounds like my actual version of how it go.
Not good.
so gross.
I'm in hog heaven. It's so amazing. The horses and the scenery, and like we're going into the water, which is not something that I expected. And I just want Mac to
Oh my
have
God.
a good time.
It's kind of fun, but I feel like that would scare me. Allie, yes.
Oh my God, watch out. Oh no!
Is it pooping? Is the horse pooping?
In the water.
Good thing I'm upstream.
Okay, Natalie, thank you. I feel validated by
Was
that.
it cool? Was it like this
'Cause you're
awesome
like
experience? Like I'm so
a
glad
horse
no
expert.
one wants to on them from a giant horse.
You're on me and my horse.
I
We
wasn't
had
impressed.
little
Wasn't
feet.
thrilled. Wasn't adventurous. It was a horse that I rode in a circle. Nothing to write home about. That's not adventurous to me. Sorry.
I bet you feel better now.
I just know for a fact that this man is getting angry because he feels insignificant and like bothered by the fact that he's not an expert. Yes, Maverick, so fragile. So fragile. This man was emasculated by this experience. And so now, instead of just admitting, oh, that made me feel like a little scared, or, I've never done that, so that was intimidating, he has to go, I don't care. That wasn't even cool, bro. That wasn't even crazy enough for me because I'm crazy. I'm so cool. I'm so hard. It's scary. And no, you're not. You're just scared. Just say that you're scared. The thing about this that's really funny to me when men do this too is that we see through you like a glass window. You're not fooling anybody except for maybe the other men who are also threatened by experiences that they're not experts in. And that's not doing what you think it's doing. It's so very transparently that you are threatened and you feel insignificant. And so therefore you're pretending to be angry. And it's more embarrassing if you were to just acknowledge that oh yeah, that was scary, or that made me feel so small and insignificant and whatever, and that was rough. Honestly, that's what a green flag. We love somebody who can express their emotions and be honest. As Mariah Carey said, seeing right through you like you're bathing in Windex. Yes, Christine. Exactly. Ugh. It's just so frustrating. He thought he was going to break the horse's back, and instead it broke his spirit. Allison, exactly. The horse being like... I often have a big moment with my horses where it's you're so big, just let me sit on you, thanks pal. Yeah, it is actually a scary thing, and I think it's very human, especially if you've never ridden a horse or it's not your comfort zone. Of course you're intimidated by that animal could kill you. That's the reason that horseback riding is a little scary to me, because if you spook them and they kick you in the head, then it's lights out, man. That's not a very fun honeymoon activity. I think most people would be totally I don't know, understanding of someone being yeah, that was scary, and then the horse shit on me, and so I didn't like it, just be honest about it. I think the takeaway here is that vulnerability and being comfortable with yourself, being secure enough in yourself to admit when you're scared or you feel insignificant or out of your depth, you feel embarrassed, is such a green flag, right? That's always a green flag in my opinion, especially if you're able to express it without anger or directing anger at somebody. If you're able to express that without a vitriol or a hatred, if you can just express it calmly and from a secure place, that's always a green flag. It reminds me of my client at work who will say, oh yeah, my favorite, when it's obvious he doesn't even know what it is. Guys can just be so disingenuous. Yeah, that's very frustrating. Thank you, Lapid, for copy pasting. Yes, Spirit the horse. I saw somebody say they're going to send me something. Another reel. Okay, thank you, Katie. Yeah, just tag me in it. It's weird needing to spend the energy to cover your fear that everyone has. So much less energy to say, yikes. Yes, exactly. Exactly, CM. 100%. Okay, let's just keep going. 2508, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Poor Mac, he got on in Jamaica, but I had a great time.
Also, can we just acknowledge how human it is to not want to get pooped on by a horse? Like, just say that.
My horse was the lead of the pack, so
I don't want poopy water on me.
I know. No, it was overall a very good experience, and it was another first for us.
Another first for us, yeah. But it was cool to, you know, like finally get the temperature on how the other couples are doing. Clint and Gina, they low-key called each other ugly in like a very nice way.
I don't know if I could be able to tell somebody, you know, I'm not really attracted to you. Like, I feel like that's a tough.
That's
a really tough conversation.
Shout out to them. That's like a level of maturity I don't know if I ever get to. I feel like overall it was great. But the girl, I don't remember her name, but she went from saying she was trying to get her back blown out night 2 of the honeymoon.
Yeah.
And now she
I hate that phrase.
We're taking things slow. And I feel like she basically don't like that man.
Okay, but people can say that about you?
In a Mimi context, sure, but to say it seriously is
maybe,
so...
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she was in a moment, but, you know. And you can never really prepare for this. Like, if you think you're going to know what's going on, then it's like, boom.
Oh, bye, Meyer.
You know,
thanks for
just make
coming.
sure family, just find out your last name. Just find out all this other stuff. So I think backs will get blown out when they're supposed to get blown out in due time.
All right, husband.
Got a lot of emotions going on right now, and that's throwing me off too, because I just feel more of a friend vibe instead of like an intimate romantic partner, and I don't know if that's normal. Like, I've never been like that in the past. I've been hyper-focused on sex, so, you know, right now I'm trying to look at that as a positive, that I'm not having sex.
That's clear. Meyer, that's good advice, thank you.
Everybody just seems like they're in a good place.
Yeah, I think so too.
We've got a little bit of a hill to climb.
Yeah.
Alexandra, save. Bye, Fax. Thanks for coming.
It feels pretty offensive to be bringing up someone's weight in a negative way in front of a big group of like new friends. I am honestly feeling so offended that I don't really have words.
We're just gonna continue to just do our thing. And,
yeah.
Like, we're growing, and we did this because we want to be married, we want to be in a sustainable relationship, we want something that's long lasting.
Yeah.
So we just continue to just be front street and real about whatever. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Really quick, I also want to acknowledge that being fat is not a bad thing, right? Like her attitude, we paused. Her attitude that like being called fat is like the worst thing that you could be is like rooted in fat phobia, right? Like that also sucks because the truth is that being fat is just a thing that lots of people are. It's morally neutral and it's fine. And also somebody making a judgment about her body that is laced with an element of shame or like saying that something about her body is undesirable because of X, Y, and Z still sucks, and she is still allowed to be offended. Also, again, we have talked at length, specifically in the fat phobia video, about how the societal pressure and judgment that's heaped upon plus size and fat folks is crushing. And so in my opinion, it's human for folks who haven't done the work or like don't have the awareness, right, about like body neutrality and body positivity and all of those things, to feel like that initial like pang of judgment or hurt, you know, like we can't disentangle the fact that like societally it is true that fat bodies are marginalized and discriminated against and treated like shit, you know. I know, Allie. I don't understand. Any suggestions on how men should express their desire for oh my god. Hold on. As someone who tends to receive, I want to make sure I'm not encouraging problematic language. Slick and salacious. I did not know what I was going into reading that comment. I actually don't know. I'll probably have to think on that because I'm not really sure. One of my horses is really bad at eating treats and it takes him several moments of munching around my hand. Aw, Natalie, that's really cute. I saw a TikTok of a horse that was like sucking on a peppermint the other day. The horse like doesn't like to chew them. It likes to let the candy dissolve, and it was kind of cute. Like a little kid. Okay, 2828. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Stop it. Love is blind. Okay, Dominic
I
and
got rated a
McKinley.
4 by my wife.
I would say that we're maybe at like a 3 or 4. What were the ratings for?
I am a complainer. I'm aware of this. For the record, I've never rode a horse until today, just so everybody knows. I never rode horses as a child.
I've done a ton of horseback riding.
Liar.
I've been riding horses since I was a kid.
Anyways, besides my ratings today,
Bye, Meyer. Thanks for coming.
I'm introverted. This is so far out of my comfort zone.
Don't make excuses. Do better.
Okay, touche. You're
Good for
right.
her.
It was a good day, besides me being there and being a
Yeah,
part
he
of it.
did lie.
There was, anyways.
Come on, this is a good diary camp.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna be a part of it.
This wasn't fun?
No.
Are you mad at me?
Hello.
Why?
God. I don't think it's funny.
Babe.
Good for her, honestly. Okay, real quick, I want to address the joking thing because I do think that it's very valid for her to be upset about it. Because people who constantly make a joke out of everything, it's a barrier to vulnerability, right? It's a barrier to like true intimacy, because if somebody's never being genuine and they're always making a fucking joke out of everything, then like, okay, haha, like it's not funny. Like not everything is funny, not everything is a joke, and it does speak to a level of emotional immaturity or discomfort with being genuine about your like, you know, real and intimate emotions, which is I think a turn off and a red flag for a lot of people. Yeah, the is he joking or not thing is just really frustrating. But also on top of that, it can also start to feel like gaslighting to people. Because him being so insistent, they're like, no, I've ridden horses. And then for her to find out that like, oh, nope, he was joking that whole time. It feels very frustrating to be on the receiving end of behavior like that, because now it feels like, you know, she doesn't know him. She doesn't know his sense of humor. She's not familiar with his way of being. And so now she's in this position where she's having to constantly suss out, is he lying? Is this a joke? I can't tell. And that's very destabilizing. It's also not a thing that anyone should need to be focused on in the early stages of getting to know someone, right? Like we should be focusing our energy on other places. And it's just very unsettling, especially for folks who like, there's always like, I think anyways, a presence of like fear and vulnerability in being partnered with someone who, is part of a population that often perpetrates violence against folks like us, right? Like that's very scary to be like I, you know, like not being able to read somebody when there is that subtext of like, you know, it's very, okay. Yes, Beth. Also the like, she can't take a joke thing, very much a red flag. It also kind of goes along with that energy of like, you take things too serious. Like, you know, oh, it's funny, you know, like why can't you just go along with the joke and whatever? Like, no. It's not a joke, right? And especially this insistence of like, oh, I was just joking, come on. And like, no, her emotions are valid. She's upset. She's irritated at you. And she's allowed to feel that way. And your role in that moment is to like, okay, it's time to be serious, right? It's time to really acknowledge her emotions and be present with that. Also, I think I saw somebody in Discord chat. Yes. Kiara talking about using humor to deflect. I do want to acknowledge that that's like very human, right? People do this. But the difference there, in my opinion, is being aware that you do that, right? Having the awareness that like, oh, this is a thing I struggle with, and making a conscious effort to like dial that back in the moments where it's important, being receptive to folks giving you that feedback, like that can make all the difference, because you don't need to be a perfectly self-actualized version of yourself. No one does that anyways. To be in healthy relationships, you know, the work is just in being receptive of people's feedback and being aware of that in yourself. And in those moments, being able to be like, you know what, this would be a moment where if I can work past that discomfort, or if I can like push a little bit outside my comfort zone, that this would be like a connecting moment, or this would be like a good moment for me as a person and for us in our relationship. Like that's very important. And it doesn't seem like he has the self-awareness of that, or that he's just not receptive to her feedback, both of which are a problem in my opinion. I use humor to deflect, but my therapist makes me sit there and feel my feelings. Sam, yes, I am also that therapist who will just be like unreactive when people make a joke sometimes, because like you can see that there's a real emotion behind it. And it's good on your therapist, because it's a skill. It's an important skill. I've gotten better at it though. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Having the awareness about it, making the effort around it is so incredibly meaningful and valuable. My ex used to joke about everything and would call me crazy for trying to understand if they were being serious or not. It's so exhausting. Okay, yes, exactly. Beth said a lot of verbal abuse is hidden by calling it just a joke in Discord. And like, yes, also very true. If your partner has a habit of consistently telling you things that are really, really hurtful and then being like, oh, it was just a joke, you can't take a joke, that's abusive. That's not okay. And you are very, very valid in being like, no, right? And then making whatever decisions feel appropriate for you about your relationship as a result of that. Okay. 2948, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
What's up? Hello, my beautiful people. How we doing?
Good. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing great. We want to learn some dancehall move?
What's my sister making move?
Everybody say yama.
Yama.
All right, there we go. There we go.
So I love music and I love dancing. And that's one thing that me and Kirsten both agreed on at our wedding, that, you know, we just love killing it on the dance floor.
So you're going to put the right hand up, and all you're doing, you lean to the left, like this. Now, while you're leaning, you're just going to tap. And it's going to be the opposite. So you alternate and tap. And tap. Oh, there we go.
It's just a whole vibe. So, you know, the moves and being on one accord and just grooving.
To put a little attitude like this.
I think this is going to be great because it's something that we both enjoy.
Heel, heel, and wave. Everybody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Heel and wave. If I hear the clapping, that means you're doing it right. Let's go.
Aw, that's so fun. This looks fun. I love this for them, honestly. Eames, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Hold on, we're just going to mute it really quick. Thank you so much for the 5 more McNugs. Welcome, everybody. If you're a new member, thanks for coming.
Wow, you guys are good.
Dancing with Shaquille, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a connection. Like to know that that's how he expresses himself as well. Although at first I wasn't physically attracted to him, he does have a huge personality. So I'm getting to know him on that level, and I love it. Having that natural chemistry going on right now, like that's kind of the level that I want he and I to tap in, because that's what I feel like is going to hold this marriage together.
It seems like a fun activity. No music. See, I would actually fuck with this. The like scary stuff, not for me. But a cute little dance routine, I'm fine with that.
Keep these plans. Remember what you're saying. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Oh God, are we going scuba diving? See, kayaks not for me.
Sure do.
As a fat person, that's my nightmare.
There we go. Oh, we're good.
How do we
Kind of just go this way.
She can't see you, dog. Use your words.
I don't really know.
There we go. We're going.
We're going?
I think kayaking is actually the perfect metaphor for marriage because we don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna figure it out as we go along.
What,
Sorry, I keep hitting your feet. I'm so sorry. All right, let's do the right paddle because we have to.
Need to turn.
Pivot. Pivot.
Turn.
Are you a friend,
Pivot.
Sam?
Yeah, I know you're
All I
talking
do is
about. I know
quote
exactly what
friend.
you're talking about.
Thank you for understanding me. Left. I mean right. Pivot.
All right, we're good. Here, must be a little hot.
Normally, that's truthfully a pet peeve when it's more in a pool. No, that actually felt amazing. But you know, if you're in a pool and you're just like trying to dip your feet and someone's splashing you in the face with water, I'm like, go away.
What other pet peeves do you have?
A cute little dance routine. I think Aaron might actually
I call them
hate me.
SMPs, slow moving people.
If I made him
when
do
they
that.
just walk super slow right in front of you and don't give you a way around, but you already walk so much faster than me, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But that's my number one move.
My pet peeve is dishes in the sink. Like,
Okay.
I can't stand dishes in the sink. When I lived with my brother, he used to always leave them, and I think he expected me to do them, and I would always do them because I just got
You're the
annoyed with it
nicest
after a
man
while. Yeah, so I'll admit,
'Cause you're the
I
nicest man in
tend
the
to
world.
do laundry once a month, typically for me.
I do it like twice a week. You can do it as you want. The sheets get washed every week, but I will.
Once a month?
I admit, I've been guilty.
Did he just say that he does laundry once a month? How does he have that much laundry? I run out of clothes after a week. Yeah, Allie. Don't get me wrong. That was like a bad habit of mine when I was in college, is that I hated doing laundry. Bless Aaron, truly. Because without Aaron, I would never do laundry. But in college, anytime that I would run out of clean clothes, especially like underwear, I would just go buy more. And then I would leave laundry sitting in my hamper for like ever. But it was like a very unsustainable, like it's expensive to just go and buy new clothes every time you don't want to do laundry. But like once a month, this man has a lot of underwear then. That means he has so many pairs of socks and like undershirts, like all those things that you wear every day or like have to change. Like that is so, I'm honestly impressed. That's what I'm saying, Avery. Because those are things like re-wearing jeans. Please, can we just normalize not having to wash jeans every time you wear them? It's actually bad for them. But like there are things you can re-wear, you know? But that's true, Lou. That's just assuming that he's wearing clean clothes. Yes. Can we please not wear it normalize not wearing jeans or pants or clothes? Yes. Also that I think that all the time. I was actually talking to somebody about that last night. The like how funny it is watching reality TV when people are all like done up. They're in like full beat and like a whole outfit just walking around their own homes. Like no one does that, right? Like influencer culture especially has really gaslighted us into thinking people are walking around just in their homes wearing the cutest little fits. And like some people are because it's life-giving for them and that's great. But the vast majority of us are not, right? Like I wear yoga pants and like tank tops, like bra camis most of the time. Because if I'm not leaving my house, then like what's the point? You can just wear comfy clothes, you know? Hi, Klutzy War. Like, we're just talking about clothes. This man does laundry once a month. My roommate once wore a swimsuit under her clothes. She had no clean undies left. Okay, Fabian, I've definitely done that before. Listen, college was a rough time. Okay. Yeah, once a month is really a lot. I also saw somebody ask about bio break. We haven't taken one yet, but we're about halfway through. Honestly, I'm fine to take a bio break. Do we want a bio break? Unless it's a resounding no, honestly, we're probably going to take one. So, yes, currently in college and having a rough time. I see you. It's hard. College is hard. The amount of expectations that are on people who are in college is just really disproportionate. Like, because the truth is that a lot of people can't be in college and like not work. So you end up having to juggle the responsibilities that most people are just juggling with like normal life, but then also like full-time school on top of that. It's really, really taxing. Yes, I got a tinkle. Okay, great. All right, bio break it is. It is now 2:36. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So 2:46 my time, but whatever hour it is for you, and 46 minutes. So make sure that you water and feed your meat sacks. Go to the bathroom if you need to. And we'll be back in 10 minutes, okay? Okay. Now, see, my stream deck being broken is like really fucking my shit up because I'm like, where are all the buttons? Okay. Love you the most. See you in a bit. Bye. Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry for jump scaring y'all, I'm sure. How's it going? Did we take our breaks? Did we go to the bathroom? Did we get snacks? Did you hydrate yourself? Ooh, I did forget my water. Hi, thank you. Team Trichotillomania reporting for duty. What is going on in this Discord chat? I call it peanut butts. Apple and peanut butter is a superior snack. I love my shrimp friends. Are you guys talking about fish tank stuff? I have another tank that's established, but my Harlequin Rasbora's got cotton mouth. Oh no. That sounds so stressful. How do you treat fish sickness? No, I didn't do any of those things, Vicky. Christine, do you need to? Maybe? I'm at Sonic getting a drink and a shake before the 90-minute drive home. Oh, wow. I'm glad that you're getting some snacks. Pizza and Pepsi. Natalie, that sounds so good. On a walk with my chalky lab. Oh, I hope your walk is wonderful. Did a countdown together and got our bathroom break done. Yay! High five for the bathroom breaks. I'm paid by the hour, though, while I drive. Okay, hell yeah. The only time that I would ever be thankful for traffic. They're all good now. Baby Harley was worrying, but he made it. Oh, that's good, Sam. I'm glad. Okay, I'm going to get a water. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. BRB. Hello. I remained lying in bed. You know, fair enough. Ooh, hibachi dinner. That's fun. Miss Snothman. Did you change that just now? Or was that like that at the beginning of stream? You just reminded me that I have liquid deaths. Oh, nice. Honestly, they're good room temperature too. What was I gonna say? Oh, Lou, I did turn my microphone on and off, like actually through the audio interface. Also loud noise, fair warning. Liquid Death is a water brand. It's just water in a can. They sell other types. They sell like sparkling water and iced teas and like flavored waters and other stuff. But I like them because I can have like single use water containers in my fridge upstairs so that I don't have to go back and forth, because the truth about me is that if I have to go make an extra step to get water, then I'm not going to do it. So I like that I can have single-use water containers in my mini fridge upstairs without using plastic, because aluminum is infinitely recyclable in theory. That wasn't even that loud. Listen, I can never tell how loud stuff's going to be on camera. And also, like, sometimes when you open a tab, like a pop tab container, it's super loud. And sometimes it's not, you know? So I just really want you to see this photo of me swimming in a mountain lake with my horse. That's so fun. Natalie, that looks very picturesque. I'm a little jealous. I work in a different location than usual. So I got travel expenses, but also an extra hour of pay. Annika, that's a hookup. I love that. Damn, where are all these jobs where you get paid to travel? Like paid by the hour. Yeah, to drive places. That sounds like a really good deal, actually. I just finished a lime sparkling liquid death. The lime ones are good. I do like the lime ones. Oh, I personally don't get spicy water, but y'all enjoy. I feel like sparkling water, spicy water is such a polarizing thing. People either are like hyper fixated on it and really love it, or it's like such a sensory ick. And I get both, but I think regular water is kind of boring to me sometimes. So sparkling water is like more fun, and it will incentivize me to drink water more. So I drink it a lot. Hold on, we need some what? We need someone to Photoshop Mark onto your body in this photo. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, are we ready? I think we should get into it. Carbonation is life. Okay, we're at 34 minutes and 19 seconds. Oh, to answer your early question, no, I don't really need to do any of those things. I took my anxiety meds and ate a little while ago. Okay, hell yeah, Christine. Taking care of your body. You love to see it. I love both the sensation of carbonation and the mild acidity. Coda, yes. You and me are on the same page. Yes. I think I saw that. Mark is stepping in as the requisite horse girl mod while Natalie's going to be out. And I love that, honestly. All right. We're at 34:19. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
To let it go a few weeks. And with the dog sleeping on there, probably should wash it every week. That's something
I'll be in
I'm
charge
willing
of
to,
that. That's okay.
I mean, I'll admit sometimes I can be a little lazy. And I'm just afraid that you'll think that I'm too lazy and it'll be like a turnoff for you. Like just usually I would work and then take the dogs for a walk and then come back and maybe just kind of relax and watch a movie. And, you know, it's kind of the same thing day in and day out, just kind of, you know, not having somebody. So just fearful that maybe you might find that too lazy.
She looks upset
If you told me you don't work and then you sit around all day, I'd be like, lazy. But you work hard, you should relax. And I do the same exact thing. I mean, I have this very special chair in my apartment, and I always say that there's like a butt imprint because some Sundays I will just only leave the house to walk Charlie, and I'm one with the chair for the entire day. So I'm definitely on the same page with you. But now, like during the week, I feel like it's totally fine to be lazy. And then on the weekends, when we aren't working, we can go on more adventures or do things and encourage each other.
I'm fully dedicated at this point.
Real quick, just to level set, there's no such thing as laziness. If you find that your body needs a lot of rest, it might be because you just need rest and you're overworked or overwhelmed, or your nervous system is not coping well right now, or that there's something out of balance or out of whack. And also, we as a society expect a level of productivity out of ourselves that is not realistic, that is not sustainable. And so a lot of us feel drawn to the idea of resting because we're overworked and overwhelmed, and that we don't have time for rest. Like, there is no such thing as laziness. If your body wants you to rest, rest. You deserve that. Also, you don't have to earn rest. You don't have to like be productive or work hard in order to earn or deserve rest. You just deserve rest. Like, that's just the long and short of it. Yeah, Danny. My therapist is giving me more homework to make more time for rest. I love that. I literally have a running Google Doc of things I'm proud of until my therapist gets back. Okay, Christine, I love that. Oh, that's another thing to be proud of, honestly, that you're putting in the effort to make this whole list that like hypes yourself up. I love that. What if I want to be lazy? Yes, exactly. Like, be lazy. Erin and I say that all the time. That quote from Pretty Woman. We like to veg, lay like broccoli. It's the way. It is the way. Okay, 35-25, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I am not holding back, and she's not holding back. We're fully in this. We're fully committed. And I mean, it's scary because it could end in one of us getting hurt or both of us getting hurt. Like, who knows? But it's one of those things, like, in a situation like this, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to, like, put yourself out there. And I think it's amazing that we're both doing that. Feels so good.
I don't disagree with that, honestly.
I'm looking forward to so many more things. Like, this is just the beginning. So let's get after it. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, you got it?
I got it.
Wow, what a strong husband I have.
No music, thank you. I don't need that. Little indie boy band, punk rock. No, thank you. Oh, not this again.
Prince cheers are.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a little hang up.
Cheers, girl time.
These little cover-ups are so fun.
I'm so glad we got a boys' day. We deserve like this is going to be good because I just feel like we all need to kind of verbally detox a little bit about like what's been going on.
Huh? I want you guys to know, I get comments a fair amount of the time accusing me of being biased against men and that I hate men and like whatever. But second of all, like with this, like behavior like this is what I'm supposed to be like, huh? What are y'all talking about? We deserve a boys' day to detox from everything we've been dealing with. Like, if you don't want to be married, Clint, don't fucking sign up for a show about marriage. Like, can somebody tell him that this isn't mandatory? That he doesn't have to have a wife? Like, why is he out here acting like Gina is such a drain? Like, bitch, get out of here. Like, yes, Kira, these men do not seem to like women. And that's a you problem. That's a you problem. Because first of all, women are not easy, or women are not hard to love. But second of all, if you, after like 15 minutes, are fucking irritated by getting to know your wife, question mark, then like, I don't know how to help you, sir. This should be exciting. We should be in the grips of NRE. This should be interesting to you, especially because in this situation, the men are always the one who end up with the better end of the deal because the women end up with partners who treat them like this, but also blatantly have mommy issues, have emotional intimacy issues, who struggle to hold a conversation, who have all kinds of relationship baggage, who struggle to be honest and open about their emotions, and also are not at all people who meet the very stringent standards that these men have for their partners themselves. So, like, in what world are we going to act like you're doing charity by being married to Gina? Yeah, don't do laundry. Like, we've got the nice guy, the fantasy pilot guy, Mr. I've never been in a real relationship because I got my feelings hurt one time, and Mr. can't take a fucking conversation seriously for 5 fucking seconds. But you need a detox? From what? From who? From where? Like, detox from what? Where's the toxicity? Donde? What are you talking about? Oh, it just drives me bananas. Yes, Lou. Yes, it's the ball and chain thing. The like, gotta get away from my old wife. The shackles. Like, don't have one then. Don't literally choose to sign up for a show where you are partnered with a wife. It just... I don't understand. It feels like generally cishet men just have significantly less emotional experience, so they're improvising at level 1. Yeah, it's coming across that way. If you're concerned about flexing more for other men and don't enjoy women, have you considered being gay? This is also part of the conversation too, is like the large section of the population that denies their sexuality because of a fear of being feminine, and mostly because the fear of like femininity is about being dominated. This is also how this is how you know when men like this tell on themselves is that they conceptualize femininity and gayness by extension as inherently being dominated. And this is why, like, when men have this perspective, it's because they view relationships through the lens of dominating others. So they're comfortable with the dynamics that are usually present in cishet relationships because they're the ones who possess most of the power and get to tell everybody how the cow eats the cabbage. But because they conceptualize relationships through this inherent power imbalance, it's very threatening and scary to them to be on the receiving end of that. So first of all, not only when men say these things about how gross they find gay men and also women, not only are they acknowledging that they inherently believe that relationships are predicated upon a power imbalance in which they are the person who holds more power, but also, listen, it's a saying. Why does everybody say this when I say that? But they're also acknowledging that they are only comfortable in relationships where they are the ones who get to perpetrate violence and not receive violence. This red flag. Stay away from people like this. That's a saying. How the cow eats the cabbage is a saying. I'm going to fucking Google it. I'm fucking looking it up because it's a saying. Hold on. How the cow eats. See? Top Google result. Eats the cabbage. Okay, here's what the saying really means. Watch it be something terribly problematic. Oh, no. Okay, it stems from a joke about an escaped elephant. Oh no, it is problematic. Oh my God. Hold on, let me read this. Okay, to tell a person the unvarnished truth even if they would rather not hear it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, to like drive home a point. It's a Southern folk saying that dates back to the 40s. Okay, whatever. It's a saying is the point that I'm making. Make America gay again? What does that have to do with anything? I've just never heard it before. Okay, thank you. It is a saying. I know, sayings from the 40s are famously unproblematic. Damn it. Now I have to come up with a new saying. Now I have to find a new one. Put your, Mickey gets canceled live. Put your best suggestions in the chat for sayings that aren't problematic, please. Just never heard it. Okay, fair. Valid. That's how the snail leaves the trail. No, Lupine, I hate that. Okay, Mello, you don't have to attack me in this way. I just don't understand not liking someone because they are gay or of a different race or anything different than you. It doesn't make any sense. Well, it's all about power. It's about their very fragile egos being threatened. It's all very problematic. How the tortoise eats the lettuce. Okay, that's fine. I'm here with that. I can fuck with that saying. How the snail leaves the trail is really funny, but also sounds inherently sexual. How about how the cow eats the cow parsnip? I feel like it's kind of a mouthful, no? I know how the snail leaves the trail. Okay, let's just keep going. 36. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, for sure.
This is the first day since the bachelor party that the guys are finally together. It's really, like, honestly, a time for us to come together and bond together, to release, to relax, to have fun, and to support each other along our own journeys.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it's been like for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, me and Nicole are vibing really well. Like, we have a good thing going. She does hold hands a little more than I like. Like, you guys see it all the time.
we go.
It is a little more. I mean, it's hot and sweaty here and stuff, but overall,
Why
I like
is
the touch. I like
he
it.
excited? Why is McKinley excited about hearing someone complain about their wife? I know that we're beating this to death. I do. But I just really want to be clear that this is a fucking red flag. People who delight in the opportunity to shit on their partners are a walking red flag. And also, again, especially in this scenario, because no one possessed you to show up and sign up for this show. There were many stopping points along the way at which McKinley had the opportunity to be like, you know what, actually, I don't think this is for me. And he chose to be here anyways, and now is like, yeah, shit on your wife. Like, are you okay? Do you need help? Like, truly, what is going on? Yes, he wants to express his misogyny in good company. Ugh. Okay, 3706, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
That she wants to do that. So, like, I'm not really worried right now. Like, I don't see any major red flags, but I'm like, when we live together, she's never lived with someone. I've never lived with someone.
We both have a little anxiety about moving in together because we've never lived with a significant other. We have 3 dogs. We both have very demanding jobs, and we both are on the phone. I mean, you're in real estate, you know, like, we're always on the phone. Yeah. Coincidentally, next week for both of us is going to be a huge week at work, so we're nervous that the stress of all of that is going to hurt our relationship.
I think Nicole's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
Probably. She is a strong little firecracker, dude. Like,
she's gonna pop off. I mean, you're from New York. Like, it's just that mentality,
dude,
man.
You gotta be you, though. Like, you gotta stand your ground at certain points. Yeah. But she's also gonna test you.
Yeah, she's gonna test you. Oh, for sure, dude.
Right? Like, she's gonna put the shoulder into you, and she's gonna be like, make a decision. And if you're just like, whatever.
I hate men. I do. Call me biased. I am. Am I supposed to love this? This is what we're simping for? This behavior, this person is who I'm an asshole for not supporting? Be serious. Fucking be serious. Like, I'm the asshole for not signing off this fucking man talking about how women are gonna test you. You gotta stand your ground. Are you okay, Clint? For real. Like, do you need an advocate? Do you need a mommy? Do you need someone to come hold your hand and change your diaper? Like, what is that? Literally, what is that? It's so offensive. It's so fucking offensive. Especially because, again, this is when people tell on themselves, right? This man conceptualizes relationships as an inherent test of power. And people who are playing games with each other. You can tell that this man conceptualizes relationships through the lens of manipulation and control and power, because he thinks that when women say things like, don't call me fat, that they're playing a game, that we're, covert manipulating, like, no, they're not. Imagine for a moment, if you will, that people don't like to be dehumanized. People want to be treated like people, and someone who has agreed to be their life partner, they want them to treat them with love and respect, an absence of vitriol even. But no, for sure, I'm the fucking asshole. I'm the one who's a fucking dick because I don't write off this fucking behavior. Okay, like, just what the fuck ever, man. Okay, 3806. Bye, Annika. Thanks for coming. 3806, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
You want honey and she will stomp on you. You're like an accommodating guy. You like to make people happy.
But like you said, I think we balance each other out. Like, she's gonna get,
Let's make sure that balance stays there.
Oh, yeah,
That's all I'm prefacing.
For why? For what, Clint? It's not your relationship. It shouldn't matter to you. And also, why are you so committed to trying to force other men to embody the very problematic power dynamic that you think that they should embody? I don't think Chris likes Clint either. I'm about to like Chris more, which I didn't think was coming. Okay, 3817, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Personally, probably wouldn't have said things in that way. When he said stuff, you're like, you kind of get taken back by it. But at the same time, that's just Clint being Clint, and we kind of let him take the show at times because it's one of those things where it feels like he definitely likes to be the center of attention and likes to like be able to speak his mind. And sometimes he says stuff. He's not afraid to get the shock and awe, is what I like to say.
You're not much of a nice guy if you're not defending your wife's friends, are you?
He does complain a little more than what I'm used to. And I did tell him, like, hey, like, clearly I'm attracted to you. Like, I think you're a cutie, but, like, the complaining kind of, like...
Not sexy. It turns you off.
Yeah.
I don't want to continue to tear somebody apart, but it will turn me off if a man is just complaining. I'm just not going to want to have anything to do with you. So I'm just hoping that they're able to work through some things today.
See how I just want to parallel these two experiences, because what just happened is that Dominique expressed, in essence, hurt feelings about the fact that McKinley, I keep forgetting his name because he's so incredibly mediocre, is that McKinley complains a lot about stuff, right? And so then the feedback from the friend group is like, I hope that they're able to work it out. I would be frustrated by that. I hope that they're able to work through it, though. See how different that is? See how different the feedback is? Because none of that has to do with like, well, you got to stand your ground. You got to put your foot down. And you got to make sure that he knows. You got to tell him. No one said that. There was no conversation about playing games, about power, about control, about covert manipulation. Truly all it was like some validation that like, yeah, that would be frustrating. I hope you guys can work through it though. See? You see? Like, I think it's important to point this out because the dynamic is so vastly different between these two groups. And like, honestly, I'm kind of happy for once with the way that the producers edited this show, because these conversations in contrast with one another are so staunchly different. And it's alarming, honestly. Okay, 3911, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
More introverted, so like everything we're doing is just, like I would do one of these things a day. So it's all overwhelming, but she's like, man, you just complain. You've been complaining a lot. I don't know if you're telling the truth about like the boats or the sailboat and the horse stuff. And I'm like, God, I just feel like I'm coming off like a complete, it's not my intent. You know, I'm an idiot. Like I think being stupid is funny. So I'm concerned about that. Like I have to have that compromise of like, all right, I can't constantly cope by like trying to be funny when you don't know my sense of humor.
So I've been in relationships where I'm like, especially in the early stages, you're like, I'll curtail things because I think this is really what they like.
Exactly.
But then you have 50 relationships later and you're like, I can't do that anymore. Like you got to be you, 100% concentrated you off the rip.
Yeah.
Right. Because then you're getting to the core of like, are you truly compatible?
You're preaching right now.
I agree, but also I think that's part of the reason I'm here is to.
I know that the man who admitted that he has to be on the show because he couldn't get a wife any other way is not out here giving relationship advice to other men. Clint, you're standing on a pile of failed relationships, babe. We don't need your advice. Nobody wants the recipe to your mom's peach cobbler, bitch. Oh my God. What in the fuck is going on? Clint said the recipe to a healthy relationship: never compromise. Never take any feedback from your partner. They don't like it? Pound sand. I'm the man. I have to be myself 100% of the time, always. What? No wonder the only way that Clint was able to find a wife is by essentially forcing someone into a relationship with him sight unseen. The audacity and the entitlement is mind-blowing. Hold on, what do I need to see? Oh, is that Dom? Hold on. I can't really watch it on stream, but I promise I'll find it. What did he say? Can someone summarize for me? Clint literally had a wife assigned to him and he still doesn't even like her. Ugh. Yes, he's like Manosphere Buzz Lightyear. Never listen, never compromise. Oh my God. For real though. Like, Clint drives me bananas, dude. Absolutely banana pancakes. I just can't understand. I can't understand the audacity with which this man is out here trying to give advice. Like, you're nobody's father, Clint. You're nobody's dad. You're nobody's mentor. You're not an expert in this situation. Like, you are here by your own admission because you needed the experts to assign you a wife. And you have the absolute unmitigated fucking gall to give advice from your long string of failed relationships to other men. Let this be the moment, I guess, that all of us remember that if we had just a modicum of the confidence of these mediocre and entitled misogynistic men, that we could really be running the world. We could be doing so much more. We should be doing so much more, honestly. The things that you think you're not qualified to do, within reason, you should go do them. Yeah, hold on. What was with the Dom thing? Hold on. I missed it. I know, where are the experts? Yes. I missed it. I'm sorry. I promise I'll look it up later, though. Oh, somebody asked me and I'm drinking. Sorry. It's called Sanzo. It's the calamansi one. It's so good. It is the citrusiest sparkling water that I've ever had. They are very expensive, though. They're kind of a lot of money. So this will probably be the only time that I like really treat myself, but they're so good. They're made by a small company, apparently. Hold on. Yeah, it says the first Asian-inspired sparkling water. Calamansi are the perfect balance of tart lime with hints of tangerine. Blah, blah, blah. Drinksonzo.com. Yeah. I don't know. They're really good. Love, highly recommend. I know, the gall, unmitigated and unadulterated. Oh, I'm sure he'll probably try to start a podcast. Okay, let's keep going. 40 minutes and 7 seconds, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Compromise on some of these things. It's just,
Oh, the bear in the woods thing.
He does
Yes,
have a sense
I've seen
of
that.
humor that is not like
attractive.
I mean,
I think it's the same for Shaquille and I sometimes. Like, I'll see him joking and laughing and playing around, and like, sometimes it's cool, and then sometimes I'm like, okay, like,
yeah.
I'm like giving that look, because you gotta stop men where they are sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just weird because every time I talk to her, she think I'm like giving a speech. She's like, "Are you Martin Luther King?" I'm like,
I mean,
bruh, like this is who I am. But she want me to talk like to her like so like, tell me how you really feel. Break down that wall. Like you just speaking to me, but I need you to talk to me. But she's not vulnerable at all.
I mean, I want to know about you guys. You were a little quiet yesterday.
Everything okay? Well, I mean, my husband, he says I'm pretty, he says that I'm fine or whatever, but I don't think he's like trying to rip my clothes off. So I feel like I'm hoping like throughout the honeymoon, like that sexual chemistry just, you know, can grow.
Yeah. He's so sweet though.
Yeah. He is definitely
So
sweet. I mean, we've had some, you know, a few bombs dropped on me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm dropped with a bomb that, you know, he's never been in love. I'm like,
yes, it's
I was
her
like,
fault that I can't
hold
open up
red
that
flag,
mine.
Like, 39, never been in love. Like, for me, immediately I felt pressure. I was like, right, like this man's never been in love. Like, if he ain't found love in 39 years, how do I know that he's gonna find it with his wife?
Yeah, so right now, like, you
That's
know,
a
things
fair
have been
fear.
going like pretty smooth with Jasmine. But it's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, being attracted to me, I feel like she's at like a 12.
She can't get over me. I'm spicy.
And I feel like I'm at like a 4 or 5. And I feel bad, almost. Like, I almost feel like guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you can't, though.
Yeah, you can't. But I'm like, Jasmine's won beauty pageants. So obviously, like, she's an attractive woman.
Right.
I'm saying, like, my type is a little bit different
Yeah.
from what I got. She's dope. She's amazing. She's just like, it's just different from what I'm used to, like the type of women that I go for. Just because I am a butt man. Perfect butt, like Serena Williams has a perfect butt. I think Megan Thee Stallion has a perfect butt. And Jasmine's a little too small. But, I mean, it's still early, you know, so I'm giving it time. I'm hopeful, you know, that things can turn around.
The fact that he really just said she's a 4 or 5 because she doesn't have the type of butt that I'm normally into. Jasmine was like, I'm terrified that this man won't fall in love with me, and that what if I invest in this and I get hurt? And Eris said, but what about them cheeks, though? None of the men on the show are redeemable. He really, really just said, she doesn't look like Serena Williams, so therefore I don't like her. I can't deal with it. Please never let the men all be in one space together ever again, because I might actually pop one of my eyeballs out of my skull. Okay, 42:37. Pressing play. 3, 2, 1.
Has anyone had sex yet?
No.
Okay, we're all there.
No. I know we're all waiting, but it's like, once you have sex and you may not like it, like, how would that work out?
I mean, you guys know how I feel about it. There's a store right down the street.
You know she got all the toys. Dom got all the toys.
Not all the toys, but I got like...
Honestly, good for her, though.
I'm just trying
That's
to
the way it should be. Having autonomy and ownership over your sexuality is really a green flag.
I'm glad that you guys picked up on it. I was trying not to react yesterday.
I saw it. Amazing. You handled it. Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
I would have stabbed him in the throat so well. I was like, because I would have like, okay, enough.
But I never expected to hear that.
You probably don't vocalize it.
My soul left my body.
Girl, it was an outer body experience.
You don't vocalize it in front of your wife, people, and also in front of 5 curvaceous, beautiful women.
Right.
We were offended for you, and a little selfishly, I was offended. There is a collective feeling of because his comments were so not only offensive to Gina and so grossly.
Y'all can't hear me on Discord? Why? What the hell? It says that it's lighting up. Hold on. Okay, there. Yeah, I muted and unmuted. Yeah, if it's not working, try leaving and then coming back. Because sometimes this stage is weird. Oh. No, I don't think we changed anything. Yeah, sometimes the Discord room is weird. Try disconnecting and then coming back if you guys can't hear me. Yeah. Yeah, I just muted and then unmuted myself. And I can see the green lighting up around my picture, so I know my microphone is working. Yeah, sometimes Discord is really strange. All right, thank you. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, try refreshing and coming back if it ever doesn't work. Same. I like Discord except for the fact that it's like a phone call. Yeah. The like audio thing where like it has to share the audio for some reason is like really odd, and it gets very sensitive. Okay. 43:56, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Inaccurate. They were offensive to every woman out there with a real natural body. So, Clint, you're
Okay.
a dick. Just to clear the air, like, my waist is a 26.
Yeah.
You have a banging body.
I'm definitely slender and also very athletic, so that was kind of a hit. Last night, I just was like, I'm just gonna table this, and then I honestly woke up like kind of fuming about it. I was, not even just for me, and I was like, what about like everyone else that, I'm in the business of empowering women. Like that's literally what I do. I own a hair salon, like I'm in the business of making women feel beautiful and confident in their own skin.
Are you willing to work on it, or should we just?
I mean, we definitely have to talk about it. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
we
way,
just tabled
we
it.
can't just be like, hey, gotta go, talk to you never.
I don't want you to have to give up on what could be something great because this is such a big snafu in the beginning.
Maybe the other dudes talk some sense. Maybe
I hope so.
I don't think that's going to go very well. But also, again, I want to point out the fact that everybody there validated her frustration and hurt feelings. There was a tinge of fat phobia in there, which obviously we don't love, but like, whatever. We're going to meet people where they're at. And also, even at the end of that conversation, even after Nicole was like, he's a dick, and I would have stabbed him in the throat. They're like, we hope that you're able to work it out. It would really be sad if you had to give up on something that was great because of a snafu at the beginning. Like, see how these conversations are so inherently different? Like, not only are they supportive ultimately of the partnerships, but they also are honoring that your relationship is yours and it's not my place to speak over what you want and what works for you. Like, this is what healthy support looks like. Like, we validated the concern, we acknowledged and gave her the space to feel how she feels, and then also we're supportive, and then also encouraged her to look at what it is that works for her and then what she wants. Like, just, again, the dichotomy between these two conversations is really noteworthy in my opinion. Also, okay, hold on 2 seconds while I do something. because I want to send this message before this office closes. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Look at all the demisexuals. Just got back from giving my neighbors some of my chicken's eggs. I met their baby and he smiled at me. I have been blessed. Oh, Patchouli, that's so cute. And also, I want to be your neighbor. I wish like hell. Have you guys ever seen those videos on TikTok of folks who have a little egg stand on the edge of their property? Like folks who own farms and stuff will put a little egg stand where you just like, you either Venmo them money or you just put cash in like a little box and then you can have like farm fresh eggs. Like, I want one of those so bad. The way that I would single-handedly keep my neighbor's lights on by buying farm fresh eggs. That's so fun. I love that. But truly, I'm glad the feeling is mutual. I feel very loved. Is the cat? No, the cat's not a picture. She is in fact a video. She's just very still. It's not live footage though. It's just pre-recorded footage of my cat Echelon. I gotta do some duck chores. You'll be in my ears. I hope the duck chores go so good. My mother-in-law has duck eggs and chicken and flowers at the end of her driveway. See, Samantha, that's what I'm talking about. That is so fun. Oh, I'm jealous. Very jealous. I would buy little fresh flowers and little eggs. I bet duck eggs make some banging baked treats though. I bet as a like duck eggs in like brioche or something would be so good. Oh, I bet they'd be delicious. Now I want duck eggs. The cat just moved. Yeah, she does. She moves a little, but yes, like a lemonade stand, but with eggs. Yes, duck eggs are amazing for baking. Oh, look at that little duck. Oh, ducks are so pure. Can we all be neighbors and hang out and have this community IRL? Katie, I literally was talking with two of my friends recently about how like the joke of starting a queer commune becomes more and more real every day. I just want to be able to disappear into the sunset, to have a nice little piece of property with friends and people who are also invested in community and uplifting each other, and we can just trade our labor and specialties instead of exchanging currency. Wouldn't that be nice? Doesn't that sound like so fun? I want to do that. I personally would find that to be a much more fulfilling existence, but maybe that's just a capitalist hellscape fantasy. I don't know. Duck eggs make the best pastries and pancakes. Oh, Natalie, I bet pancakes with duck eggs. That sounds so good. Damn. Nami Googling, where do you find duck eggs? Tucson. Sounds gay. I mean, exactly, Eric. Exactly. Just fun. Yes, Callie. See, people just trading their skills and expertise would be great. Okay, but Katie, also, even if you don't have like a formal skill, that doesn't mean you're not good at things though, you know? Some people are better with like plants and like nature things. Some people are better with like admin-y stuff or like infrastructure stuff. Some people are like good at trades and things like that, you know? Like, I'm just saying, I think it could work. I have no expertise about how anybody could accomplish that, but I believe in it. Everyone moved to the Pacific Northwest. Okay, but not actually though. We're not actually starting a commune. That's like step number 5 in starting a cult, which is so dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe just be more checked in with your community that you already have. You should call your friends today or something. You should text them and say something nice. I don't know. Do that instead. No, Joe. Okay, we're moving on. 44:55, pressing play. 3, 2, 1.
I obviously shared with everybody like what's going on.
You were like, she's a lot thicker. That was like the moment, I think.
I didn't say thicker.
Mark, exactly
I was
that.
like, I typically date more slender. Like, I'm very conscious of people's feelings, and like, she's a great person. And so it's not even the physical part. It's like, she's all about the hair salon. Like, it's all hair salon. It's all hair salon. It's all business. It's hair salon, hair salon, hair salon. And it's like, is this just a big promo for the hair salon? Is that what we're doing? Like, what were your intentions of this? Because I have no benefit of this experience outside of me walking away with a lifetime partner.
I mean, to give her the benefit of the doubt, I've had a couple small businesses, and when you pour your like heart into something, I talk too much about like what I got going on, or that's like just constantly on my mind. So maybe, I don't know, take that into account, like that's her life.
When we got back last night, it was like, she was disinterested, she didn't want to really talk.
Do you think it's something you guys can get past potentially?
I mean, I don't know.
I think Gina's sexy, I think you're crazy. But I think she's
Yes.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
I don't know what type of girls Clint has pulled before, but I think Gina's very good looking. I don't see him pulling girls better looking than Gina.
Okay, gross ass fucking language. Gross ass fucking language. But yes, he is correct that Gina is incredibly attractive. And also, quite honestly, that Clint is punching well above his weight with that one. I'm just saying the experts did him several favors. So like, let's just be clear about that. But also this language where we're like talking about pulling women, like they're not objects. Women aren't straws that you pull from a pile. Like, my neighbors suck. I don't want to be in community with them. Honestly, fair. I feel like everybody has like that one neighbor who's really annoying. Gina does deserve so much better. She does. Also, yes, she was talking about herself, but she was sharing about her life with you, Clint. She was sharing about the thing that is really present for her. Like, this is the thing that's frustrating to me, is that if we voice this from the perspective of saying, like, you know, hearing Gina talk a lot about the salon or whatever, that like, yes, like I appreciate that. I'm interested in that. And I'd love to see you have some more leisure time, right? I'd love to see you be able to dial back a little bit, or I'd love to be able to share some time with you. That's just you and I. That's just about vacation. Maybe we could try starting a hobby together. What do you think about X, Y, or Z thing, right? Like, I would love to see you, because I care about you, in a different environment, right? I'd love to see parts of yourself that maybe haven't been nurtured because owning a business is really hard, come to life and bloom and flourish, right? I'd love to be a part of watching you and helping you expand parts of your life that you haven't been able to attend to because owning a business is really taxing. Like, see how that's such a loving and like much more caring way to express, like, I don't want your whole life to be about the salon. But instead, Clint turns it into this, like, I'm just annoyed basically that she doesn't center her life around me. Like, that's really my suspicion, is that he is annoyed that she doesn't have space for him, that her life is not devoid of meaning without him. I think he's threatened by the fact that she could run off into the sunset without him and have a meaningful and fulfilling life. He's irritated that she doesn't have a void that he feels and makes himself like a necessity in her life. And that's a fucking red flag. It's gross. I wish I knew my neighbors, but they're all older than me and have kids and stuff. That's valid. Clint is afraid the salon is going to make a better husband. And honestly, I think it does. I really do at this point. Clody Ginger. The last time we saw her talk about it, she casually mentioned that she had a similar conversation with her coworkers. Is she not allowed to talk about the people that she spends most of her time with? Exactly, Hunter. The folks that she knows from the salon are probably a large part of her social circle because that's where she spends a lot of her time. I just am so annoyed with the way that he like treats this whole situation. Yes, they want strong, independent women until they meet one. But also, Emma, this is like the exotic bird in a cage thing. Men are fascinated by the idea of suppressing somebody who is intelligent and independent and self-sufficient to be dependent on them. It's a power thing. It's about domination. It's about control. It's about power. It's about submission. Men like Clint find that dynamic very alluring because for them, they've gotten to trap this person who is independent and self-sufficient and like doesn't need him and turn her into this person who is less than, who's smaller, who's shrunken herself, and fucking gross. That's fucking gross. Ugh. in the Black community, salons and barbershops are central to community. Okay, Kiera, thank you. Actually, that's such a good point, because also Clint devaluing the community that exists within the space is like so telling, because you're right. And also like him not understanding that there's like a community aspect to this is also very illuminating about the way that he views relationships. Like, I don't think he values or cares about where folks find community, because to him it's work, and so therefore it's not real. And like, just yes, exactly. Yeah, they want a strong independent woman that they can tame. That's very much the vibes from Clint here. I'm just saying. Little commune dream is lovely. Okay, 4612, pressing play. And actually, I'm going to rewind because I have a feeling that this is about to be rancid. So 4602, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what type of girls Clint has pulled before, but I think Gina's very good looking. I don't see him pulling girls better looking than Gina.
Don't leave me on my own island, man.
See? Don't tell me that I'm not allowed to say the things that I am because I want to have validation for objectifying and dehumanizing my wife. Ew, that's fucking gross, Clint. Hi, Captain K-City. We're at 46 minutes and 17 seconds into episode 6. No worries. This reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that he only dated ugly women because he wanted to feel worshipped. Ew. Puckleberry, that's so gross. I'm not surprised by that, but still, what a terrible thing to admit out loud. I know, the pulling girls thing. Yeah, hi, bye. We talked about how that language is so gross. Like, women aren't objects. Oh, that's the Nightbot auto command. I was like, what happened? Okay, 4617, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
We can do that. We can carve our name into the bamboo over here.
Okay, let's go.
Please don't do that.
This one's new. You got a knife?
Yeah,
plants are living beings.
I'm a very well-prepared lady.
I am not surprised you have a knife in your bag.
It's very sharp.
Okay.
This is some colonizer shit, I'm just saying.
Are we doing a K or a G?
Maybe a KG?
We'll just do a K. How's it looking? Does it look good?
Hey.
How's that?
That looks great.
We're in paradise. This is great. It's hard to not have a good time. With that, you know, I want to apologize for the horse thing and the sailing thing where I take my joking too far and I come off maybe like negative or complaining. I guess that's just like my banter that we're not used to yet and clearly doesn't work as well as I think it works. I didn't mean to be misleading by any means. And then we get into like the negative aspect of things or the complaining. And really what I'm trying to convey to you is like, this is something I would not do. And I'm doing it for you because I want to step out of my comfort zone. And I do like that you pull me out of my comfort zone.
I'm like a no kind of person, you know? Like, I don't want excuses, I want results. And from my perception, it's almost like every other thing that we've done here, you've complained about it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, don't complain. Like, if you're going to do it, then just do it. Because ultimately, it's making me not want to do it anymore, you know?
Yeah, I want to work on, I'm trying to work on. And I want you to know that I am here for you and I do have the best intentions. And I want to do these adventures. I want you to have the best time, too.
I fully accept your apology. I give you a pass, but we definitely got to work on it.
For sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I appreciate this at least. This is, I mean, the bar's in hell. Like, let's be clear about that. We've buried the bar and we can't find it. But at least, at the very least, he's willing to like level set and acknowledge that he kind of sucks about this. But I just don't like... Yes, Callie. This is the, like, my biggest weakness is my perfectionism energy. Yeah, that's true, actually. I want to celebrate or, like, validate, I guess, a moment of somewhat honest communication. But you guys are right. It is kind of the, like, it's like the half honest thing where you're trying to present this in a way that makes you look as good as possible, which is not real honesty. Yay, I made it after a rough day with technology not working at work. Oh, Sandy, I'm sorry. Glad you made it. Big love to you. Technology stuff is the worst. I think Mercury retrograde is almost over, though. Let's hope, anyways. I just hopped back on and Mickey goes to the bars in hell. I mean, isn't it always? Isn't it always? Is it over finally? Thank God, Lapine. Bless up. Oh, whose garden is this? Oh my God, those planters are so cool. Scanlan posted pictures of their garden in Discord, and it's incredible. I'm in the right class. Okay, ended on the 24th. Perfect. Okay, great. I love that for us. Where's the bar? I can't see it. Exactly. Okay, 48 minutes and 26 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. I don't know. I don't want that. Thank you.
Shaquille.
Her little cover up is so fun.
How are you?
The cutouts on the side are cool.
How's your day?
Today was everything I needed.
Why?
Because the wives and I, we got to have girl talk. Like, we talked about the whole Clint and Gina situation. Like, we just uplifted Gina and empowered her to let her know that we think she's beautiful. And we have her back, and we were kind of disgusted by some of the comments as well.
Do you think Clint was wrong?
It's the way that he said everything.
I wouldn't say, a person wouldn't say Clint was wrong. Even with Aris was like, he wasn't physically attracted to his wife.
But he just said yesterday that she was beautiful.
I'm telling you what was said.
Well, why would he lie like that?
To make her feel good.
Well, no, be honest. It's no point in lying or faking in front. Like, if you don't find somebody attractive, then you just don't find somebody attractive.
But he probably didn't want to make shame of her, so he probably wanted her to be confident in who she is, and not necessarily that he lied.
But he just said yesterday,
he did lie.
She just said today that she's beautiful. Like,
I'm just telling you what was said.
well, I'm always gonna tell you what I say, regardless if I'm with you or if I'm not with you. Like today, I was talking about how I feel like you play and joke around a lot because Dom has said the same thing about her husband.
You don't like a sense of humor, though?
A little sense of humor.
What's
like,
a little?
it's a time and place for
What's a
everything.
little?
Like,
what's a little?
If you're going overboard, then I'll be like, okay, Shaquille, enough.
So you wasn't physically attracted to me. You don't like that I have a sense of humor.
I didn't say I don't.
What do you like?
I didn't say.
What do you like?
No, let me finish my statement real fast. I didn't say.
This is so fucking rancid, first of all, but also really telling. See how as soon as she wasn't super flattering and like deferring to him, immediately we're combative. Like, this is offensive. This is also hurtful. Yes, the cutting people off thing, and also when people are like pokey like this, when they say, well, what do you like? What do you like? What do you like? No, I would encourage you, if you find yourself in that situation, to give yourself the space, if it's safe for you, to disengage and to leave, because somebody speaking to you in that way doesn't communicate a genuine interest in actually hearing your opinion. It's trying to force you to say things so that they can go, gotcha, I was right. And like, no, yuck. It's also pretty transparent that this man is viewing this interaction from the perspective of who wins or not, and he's trying to invalidate her concerns. He's trying to prove a point that he is like losing here and like everybody's being mean to him. And like, no, it's not. That's not fair. And the way that he's communicating with her is combative and also scary, right? Like, this is another thing that pushes my buttons. We've talked about this ad nauseum on the channel, which is that men who don't appreciate how their privilege in a conversation affects the way that people feel are irritating, and at the very least inept, if not sometimes like actively malicious, because weaponizing the privilege that you possess to cause somebody to feel fearful in a discord is not okay, right? Like, we're in the middle of a conflict, and so you trying to either intentionally or like accidentally benefiting from the way that your privilege causes people to feel afraid to speak up in these conflicts, gross, and also like really tiptoeing the line of abuse. It's just Lou, as in like, you know what I mean. This conversation reminds me of trying to argue with my mom. Yeah, there is kind of a parental tone to this, actually, of like, how dare you speak or like talk back to me, which is yucky. And again, the power thing. It's the power thing. Yeah, hi, bye. It's trying to force the other person to become more activated or dysregulated, whether he realizes it or not. This is very much the energy of like trying to force somebody to speed up a conflict so that you become dysregulated. And that's not fair. It's gross. Okay, 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
That I did not like your sense of humor. Like, it's okay to be funny sometimes. I want to laugh. I want you to make me. I want you to make me laugh. It just depends on the time of the place. Like, if that's something you do all day, every day, then I'm like, okay, like this guy is playing entirely too much. I do want you to be serious when it's time to be serious. Like when we were having breakfast, when we first arrived, like you're joking and playing around.
You was walking to the airport and you were struggling. You're almost
Okay,
like,
there we go. Why didn't you just take a
help
bath?
me. And I was laughing. I was about to record you.
So I can see how my husband wasn't helping me when I was struggling.
You mean to be like this?
No, I don't.
You don't want me to have a sense of humor with you?
Be yourself, and I'll let you know when I...
See how he's trying to back her into a corner? There's two things that are happening here. First of all, the fact that he's trying to like pick at her, red flag. Second of all, the fact that he's continued to ask her the same question over and over and over again without acknowledging any of the things that she said, second red flag. Third thing, the fact that he's trying to force her into a corner to say, well, how much is a little? Exactly, I need you to tell me exactly definitively for every situation forever in the future, what is exactly the right amount of humor that I'm allowed to have is a red flag. Because what he's trying to do is paint her into a corner to say, you are only allowed to say one joke every day, so that he can go, that's outrageous. Your expectations are unrealistic. Or that he can try to get her to issue a directive, and then in the future when we contradict that, to say, you're a hypocrite. See, you don't know what you want. See, you're holding me to a standard that's unrealistic and unfair. And like, that's terrible. This is a fundamentally losing conversation to be on the receiving end of, because there is no world where he will be satisfied with her answer, which is so incredibly fucking unfair. Again, this is the thing that I said from the beginning, which is that he conceptualizes this from the lens of winning. He has no interest right now in hearing or understanding where she's coming from, but rather in trying to paint her into a corner so that he can go, wrong, I win, I'm not taking any of your criticism as valid, next subject. And that's not fair. This is not a person who has an interest in understanding his partner. This is a person who wants to trample over top of her opinions and invalidate them so that he can get exactly what he wants with no compromise. Also, I saw a couple of people say, like, this is triggering and activating. Please take care of yourselves. If you need to mute and take a break, please go do that, because this is really hard to watch, actually. Yes, someone in Discord said this is a learned unintentional, not a learned unintentional behavior. Also, I'm sorry, I can't see your username just because it's truncated because of Discord being in streamer mode. But yes, very much that. He's trying to treat her like an enemy instead of a teammate. Yes, Puckleberry. But also, the other thing that I want to point out here is the fact that he, in trying to paint her into this corner, is no longer... I know, if you type the name with the @ in front of it, though, like if it links, then it still doesn't work. Discord is so annoying. Hi, bye. Thank you for the $5. As exhausting as this is, that exhaustion truly validates my childhood shit, because this is so difficult to sit through as adults, not from a distance. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for people who had parents like this, like, big love to you. Oh, bye, Moonchild. I hope you sleep good. Yeah, being subjected to this as a child where, like, there is no escape and there is no, like, back door for you to be like, I'm not in this relationship anymore, is so incredibly activating. Yeah. The other thing about this that I want to just point out really quick, I know, again, we're like really talking this to death, but hear me out. The normalization of this type of communication, like, for example, in the men's conversation that we just witnessed, this is why it's part of the problem, right? Because you can't tell me that Shaquille didn't absorb some amount of Clint's audacity in that interaction where Clint was trying to tell whoever the fuck, put your foot down, you gotta be firm, you gotta be yourself 100% of the time. You can't tell me that that didn't factor into this situation at all. Like, this is why it's important, especially for those of you who are men or occupy male spaces or like have some level of privilege in that regard. This is why it's important to be vocal and to say, no, that sucks. Because when we're silent about it and we don't say anything about it, it allows that perspective to go unchecked and unchallenged, and for people to absorb that as a completely normal and okay thing to do, when in fact it's actually tiptoeing the line of abuse and manipulation. Like, this is terrible, terrible. Just, ugh. Yeah, Colacanth said, I highly recommend Tori Phantom on YouTube for a channel that helps with unlearning and parenting kids differently than they were raised. And like, very much. I don't have kids, but I appreciate so much the content that Tori makes, because it is kind of validating from like a reparenting perspective. I missed the combo because I was checking out a mod thing. Can someone that wasn't activated DM me about it? Just the conversation between Shaquille, oh my God, I don't remember her name. Help me. What is her name? I'm terrible at remembering people's fucking names. But between these two, anyways, is that he's trying to talk over top of her and like trying to paint her into a corner. No, Jasmine is married to Eris. I literally don't remember her name. It's going to drive me bananas now. Hold on. Oh, Kirsten. It's Kirsten. I was like, she has a name that's important to pronounce correctly. It's Kirsten. Yeah, Shaquille is just trying to speak over top of Kirsten and trying to paint her into a corner so that he can then subsequently tell her, you're wrong. And it's very activating, and also it's a shitty thing to do. Okay, 41-14. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
You're telling me that I don't need to be myself.
No, I didn't ever say I don't want you to be yourself.
You're just saying like I play too much, basically. See? I won't allow you to change who I am about having a sense of humor. See? Sometimes, I have corny jokes. Sometimes, my jokes are hilarious, but that's just my sense of humor. And if I can't share that with my wife, then I don't know if we are even compatible, because I love to just have fun and to joke around and just to laugh.
See how we've painted this into a either or, and neither of those are feasible, first of all, but he has again tried to paint her into a corner to say either you're good with my sense of humor or you're not, and because you voiced any criticism of me, therefore you want me to have no sense of humor, and so therefore you're wrong. We've turned this into a false dichotomy that, first of all, is not true, but second of all, has put him in the position to say, you don't want me to be funny at all. You don't think that I'm allowed to have a sense of humor. You're not attracted to me, and now I'm not allowed to have a sense of humor. Why are we even doing this? This is usually a defense against a feeling of rejection, so that you can say, I invalidate your rejection by painting it as an argument that it's not actually. But also, again, this is the thing where we're trying to win, right? We're trying to win over this person by saying that, well, if you think I can never have a sense of humor, then of course that's wrong. Everyone will agree with the fact that that's wrong, and so therefore I win. Your criticism or critique or feedback is completely invalid, and so therefore I don't have to change anything about myself. Just say that you struggle with shame, Shaquille. Like, it's so much faster. Yeah, the just a joke thing is so irritating, because that's another aspect of this too, is that men often write off, at least people like this anyways, write off what are really, really hurtful things as like, it's just a joke. And why can't you just, why can't you take a joke? Because it's not a joke. And because sometimes jokes are hurtful and suck. Ugh. Okay, 51-42, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I don't know how to not joke. Have fun. Like, you really have this guard up to where it's like, I don't know, like, see, if I'm doing right or if I'm doing wrong.
Now he's
like,
criticizing her.
I don't want you to feel like that.
I'm really trying to understand, like, what's the middle ground of what you want to do.
The other day I asked you, did you know how to take criticism? And right now it doesn't sound like you know how to take criticism.
I'm trying to understand.
No, he's not.
Be you, honey.
No, he's not.
You don't like that.
See? This man is activated and he feels judged and ashamed. And so he's turning this into a way that he can critique her to level the playing field. This is not helpful. Even if we give Shaquille the benefit of the doubt of just being activated and overwhelmed, there's no world where this is an okay thing to go unchecked. And the fact that she completely gave up at the end of this conversation is, again, noteworthy, because she has essentially clocked at this point that either she's like too exhausted to continue with this discourse because it's useless, or that she has absorbed that there's no way out of this for her where he's going to hear her. So he's effectively shut down the conversation. She started this conflict, conversation, whatever, by trying to communicate to him about a thing that she didn't like. And yes, literally, Olivia, he turned it into, you won't let me be myself. That's not true. That's not true at all. Ugh. Okay, 52-14, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I'm done talking about this, honestly. I don't like to talk in circles, and it's like, once I answer the question, I answer the question.
Well, I don't know how to not joke.
Like, you don't have to change. Like, I don't want you to change from not being funny. I just want you to be more aware of where we are.
Which is like, a very realistic ask.
Like, I want to get to know you on a serious side, and it's okay to show, like, your comical side. Like, that's totally fine. But I just always feel like it's a time and a place.
See what a normal...
Sure, that's something I can respect, because it's like you're seeing, like, what we need to get to without the fluff, without the jokes. Like, no, I want to get to know you for who you are.
And then we can laugh and joke and have a good time.
I guess I first, like, disagree.
The fact that she had to mother him through that, though.
More conversations, like I said. And maybe things you don't like that I'm doing, so.
But also, again, I just want to point out, I know we're pausing this every 5 seconds. hang out with me just 1 second. First of all, the fact that she had to like mother him through this, not okay. But second of all, people ask the question a lot about like relationships and how to know if they're like good or if they're going to last or whatever. And the advice that I always give people is that it's not about the things you're arguing about. It's about how you argue about them. And the fact that he, up until the very last moment, was completely unwilling to hear her perspective, and that he was not able to pull himself out of this shame spiral in order to be present with her. And I don't know that he even clocked that he was doing that so that he could take his own space to regulate himself, is going to spell trouble in our future. Because if this is how every disagreement is going to look, then we're going to continue to struggle with this again and again and again until Shaquille fucking deals with his shit. Okay, sorry, hold on. I missed the question, Kelly. What would be a good way to deal with someone who uses "it's just a joke" when reacting to the shame of being called out? So there's a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to encourage people to remember that like if we're activated and overwhelmed, and especially if we're noticing that the person who you're trying to get to hear you is not in a place to hear you, then like we need a timeout. You know, I think a lot of times just more harm to be had in trying to force the conversation. So setting that boundary for yourself that like, I can see that you're not in a place, or like, I feel like you're not going to hear me right now. So I'm removing myself. Like I'm taking 5, I'm taking 10, you know, we aren't able to have a conversation. I'm not feeling heard because of your behavior. So therefore I'm going to take, 10 minutes, whatever, is oftentimes I think going to be a safer option. But also with this, like, it's just a joke thing. Like I encourage people to just be honest about the fact that like, it's not a joke to me. It doesn't feel like a joke, right? Jokes are meant to be fun. Jokes are meant to make people laugh. I'm not having fun. That didn't make me laugh. That didn't make me feel good. It actually hurt my feelings. And so while you may have meant it in jest, I took it seriously and it hurt my feelings. So it's not just a joke to me. And if you want to be connected with me in this moment, then I'm asking you to validate my reality. Because ultimately that's the thing, is that whether or not it was a joke to you doesn't give you carte blanche to force other people to live in the same reality that you do, right? In order to be in a loving relationship, regardless of whether it's platonic or romantic or whatever, we need to be willing to acknowledge that while my experience might have been X, Y, or Z, somebody else's experience might be very different from mine. And if we're going to continue to have a connected and close relationship, I need to be willing to take them at face value and trust that when they say that was not their experience, that was not their reality, that they're telling the truth, that they mean it, and that they're saying that because they want our relationship to be successful, Setting boundaries and trying to set boundaries with these kinds of people can set them off, though. Yes, very much that. Which is also why, like, being aware of our safety is really important. I do really want to encourage people to talk with your safe people about this, and have resources available to you to make sure that you're safe. If that means like having a standing understanding with your friends or family or loved ones or whatever, that you're welcome, figuratively or literally in their space is really, really important. Reminds me of the Gaga Sun Fun Tonight, kind of. I don't know what that is, actually. I feel like such a boomer because I don't know what that is. I wonder if I would recognize it if I heard it. Obviously, I can't play it on stream, but also thank you, Christine, for the $1.99. You didn't have to do that. Yes, remembering that calling for timeouts is okay is good. I know, Brain, please remember that. Yes, hi, bye. She's engaging in such good faith, and he is wasting her fucking time. He kind of is, honestly. Especially because it seems like he is more interested in what he can get out of this situation than he is about, like, actually being connected with her. Ugh, just exhausting. Okay, 53:15, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
We just have to grow and move forward from that and continue to build.
The fact that we just didn't address the actual core issue at all is infuriating to me, but whatever. Go ahead, I guess.
How are you?
Hi, husband.
Hey.
I
Been like
you.
4 hours.
I know. Good.
Got you a drink.
Thank you. How was your guy time?
Oh, it was cool, just to see everybody and just, bounce ideas off each other. It was almost like therapeutic. I feel like all 5 of us benefited from today. Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
When they ask you, like, so Jasmine, like, how are things going with you and your husband?
Well, I mean, we talked about, you not ever being in love, how I felt about that and the conversations we had, how, you know, it was a little eyebrow raised for me, and I feel a little pressure wanting my husband to fall in love with me, but I don't know if that'll happen, so that worries me a little bit, but yeah.
I feel like it is gonna be a challenge, but like a good challenge. Like, I would love to be somebody's first love. Like, that would be.
I think for me, it's more so, like, it doesn't take much for me to fall in love. Like, okay. And so I guess it's me kind of.
It take a lot for me.
Obviously. So I guess, I don't know if I want to hold back, because I've never been the first to say I love you in a relationship. Right. Like, me telling somebody I love them is like a very vulnerable place for me. So it's like, I'm scared that I'm gonna get to that point with you and then you don't feel that. And then that's gonna make me feel rejected in a way. So I don't know if I wanna hold back, or I don't really know where your head is at. And so I guess I'm more so afraid of falling in love with you and then it not being there for you.
I feel like everybody just need to pump the brakes.
No, nobody's saying like in love right now. I'm saying my feelings of knowing that you've never been in love before. I'm not saying I'm falling in love with you. I'm saying I know that I fall in love easy. So
the fact that she communicated this so clearly and succinctly, and like I was literally about to pause and say like, wow, love that, because this was a vulnerable emotional disclosure that was clear and easy to understand. I think it comes across pretty simply, honestly. Like, she voiced this in a way that like 10 out of 10, like genuinely, even as a nitpicky asshole, I truly have no notes about how she could communicate that. And Eris is like, no, we need to pump the brakes. She's literally not saying that she's in love with him right now. She's expressing that knowing that he's never been in love before gives her pause, because she's not sure what he's feeling, and she knows about herself that she will probably fall in love with him before he falls in love with her, which is scary. She essentially expressed a fear of being let down or rejected. And his response was to reject her. Great. So cool. Excellent communication skills. Oh yeah, pump the brakes means to slow down. Or in this sense, Eris is just expressing that he feels like she is like trying to force him to fall in love with her. He's saying that like, if you're already in love with me, I'm not there yet, and so therefore you need to slow down, which is not at all what she said. Okay, 55:44, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
it scares me to know that's almost like something that's impossible for you right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think this is so
very
awkward.
clear.
I don't feel awkward. Do
Good
we have
for her.
awkward moments where we're like, we don't know what to say to each other? Absolutely. Like, we're talking and we're like, okay, what do we talk about now? But I don't feel awkward.
And for me, it's just time. I don't feel like there's anything like I can do or you can do to make it less awkward. I feel like time will like solve a lot of these awkwardness moments. One day it won't be awkward. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like we're moving in the direction we need to move in?
I feel like we are. I know there's gonna be peaks and valleys. Like, you might be, next week you might be like, get out the house. You know, I don't know. Like, we're gonna go through that. You know what I mean?
So you're ready and willing for that?
Yeah, I'm ready and willing for that.
Hearing that, like, you are all in and like you're ready to go through like the peaks and the valleys, I mean, that's something that I needed, and that's reassuring for me.
Again, what a useless conversation where she communicated very clearly and he misunderstood her and then...
Good, how are you?
Good.
Oh,
Had a good
God.
talk with the boys.
Yeah.
This is going to be bad.
Yeah, what about you and the girls?
It was good. It was a good talk. I don't know if you noticed, I've been a little quiet today.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up last night. I'm the type of person that needs to like process and table. As far as yesterday.
Hold on, pause. Yes, Coda. Good catch also. Gina and Clint are going to get in an argument. Just based on the previews, we know this. It seems like there's going to be some yelling. There's definitely going to be some really activated communication. People are going to get angry and hurt feelings. And like, this is just going to be a very emotionally charged conversation. So just know that going in. If that's a button for you, definitely have like your finger on the mute button moving forward, just in case you get overwhelmed by that. Because if conversations where people are like really angry and like kind of at each other's throats are scary or activating for you, then this conversation might push your buttons. Yeah, Callie, for sure. Make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves, please. Okay, we're at 57:29. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I was just pretty offended by the comment about the weight thing.
Right, but you actually preluded to that, and we're kind of the opposite as far as
Yeah,
like
but
what
there's
we're
a difference when you say someone's not slender and athletic.
I didn't even say
athletic
slender
is,
enough.
You did say slender. I'm used to people that are slender and that are a little bit more athletic, is what you said. You don't know how much I work out. You know, like that's not the same thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Eye color, hair color, all of that. And I've been very open. My ex-boyfriend was a ginger. He had a bright red beard.
Do you think the term ginger is offensive to anybody?
No, not really.
You're going to exonerate yourself of saying, I don't think there's any problem with saying he's a ginger. That's totally fine.
I specialize in red hair, Glenn.
What does that mean, you specialize in it?
That means I work on redheads
But you don't like redheads.
And they call themselves that.
You don't think that that's an offensive term to somebody that's of light
As a
skin
hairstylist, no, but I'm very sorry if that offended you. I'm sorry.
Hold on, pause. Did he really just try to say that the word ginger is offensive? This is, again, I'm not surprised by this whatsoever because Clint is an ass. And based on just the behavior that we've seen on the show, is committed to being rude to the people around him. But the fact that he, first of all, turned this conversation immediately into, well, you are rude to me, and so therefore I have the right to be rude to you? Question mark. But then also, again, made it about himself. She expressed, notice again how her communication was clear. It was concise. It wasn't accusatory or hurtful. She said, I was a little offended by the comment that you made yesterday about the weight thing. And he said, well, don't you think that using the term ginger is offensive? No, it's not. Because also the willful ignorance and the way that he's pretending to not know that calling a woman fat is a very emotionally charged and shame inducing phrase for a lot of people. Like, you can't live in the world that we live in and have no idea that women are offended by being called fat. Because again, let's be clear that that's fatphobic, right? Being fat is not bad. It doesn't make you less attractive or desirable. And also, it seems like Gina is still in a place where being called fat is hurtful, right? And also, again, like, even as a person who is like a fat positive and like not ashamed of my body person, it's the intent with which people use the language, right? Like, I'm not ashamed of being a fat person, and still when people yell at me like on the side of the street that I'm fat, with the insinuation being that I'm fat and therefore disgusting, that hurts. Oh, Pumpkin, I'm glad you like the cookies. So for Clint to pretend that he has no concept of how that might be hurtful and the weight that that carries is so fucking disingenuous. So fucking disingenuous. Oh, you're fine, Punk. It's fine. Bullying people with red hair is a thing, but ginger itself isn't an insult or a slur. Yes. And also, she acknowledged that while people who have red hair are not her typical type, that she did, in fact, date somebody who had that hair color for a long time, and that attraction grew over time. These are inherently not the same thing. But the fact that Gina feels the need to even clarify that point is indicative to us of where we're at in this conversation. Gina is having to fight with this man by defending what is actually an inoffensive, and normal thing to say in order to get him to care about her concern. She has to justify having said the things that she said in the past in order for her to deserve his compassion and empathy. Not a good place to be. Not a fucking good place to be, and it speaks volumes about the way that Clint views relationships and about the way that he treats women. Yes, these men are they're fragile as egos. Ugh. The term ginger is considered to be pejorative or offensive, with some considering it only acceptable when used by a person with red hair to refer to themselves or others with red hair. Valid and fair, but again, Squid, like, we're not going to pretend that Clint has the right to, first of all, write off Gina's concerns by making it about himself, and also to pretend that men or anybody with red hair are treated with the same shame and vitriol that plus size and fat folks are. Like, that's not the same. Not the same at all. Okay, 58 minutes and 34 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, no, I've never been told it's offensive, and I do hair.
It's definitely
and
an
that's what they
offensive term.
request.
Anyhow.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Apparently someone's beating down the door of the bathroom right now. Sorry about the noise. We're rewinding by 10 seconds. Okay, 58 minutes, 30 seconds, pressing play. In 3, 2, 1.
As a hairstylist, no, but I'm very sorry if that offended you. I'm sorry, no, I've never been told it's offensive, and I do hair.
It's definitely
and
an
that's what they
offensive term.
request.
Anyhow, I did not mean to offend you. That was not my intent. I was just defining past relationships and who I typically gravitate to. It was not to offend you at all. I was just benchmarking.
Well, it didn't just offend me, it offended everyone that was in the room.
But that wasn't my intent.
I'm just stating.
My intent was for people to know that I'm an honest, upfront person.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to besmirch anybody.
That's totally fine. And what I need is someone that can read a room. And if you can't read a room and know why discussing something like weight would offend everyone in the room, especially when there's 4 other women with curves, and it was visibly rude to everyone in the room because the girl actually brought it up today and asked how I was feeling about it.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm just.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I'm sorry you feel that way. Just fucking gross. But also, again, the like, well, it wasn't my intent, so therefore you're not allowed to be mad. Yeah. Yes. Is it Yanisa? Yenisea? Please help me pronounce your name correctly if you want me to. The fact that he is completely invalidating the impact of this based on his intent says so much about the way that he operates in life. Oh, it might be Yesenia also. Good point. Thank you, Discord. Because again, the point is that you offended and you hurt people, namely your wife, but also everybody else in the room, right? It doesn't matter what your intent was. And the fact that he is continuing to refuse to acknowledge the impact of that, again, very telling about the way that he operates in the world, but also in his relationships. Ugh. And listen, I want to acknowledge how hard it is to apologize, right? Apologizing sucks. It's never fun. As a person who's struggled with that for a lot of my life, I can very much validate that apologizing feels so bad. So bad, right? Especially for those of us who struggle with a shame wound. It can be really activating to just like point blank period say that you're sorry. And it's important. And that's your work, right? That's nobody else's fucking responsibility but your own. You are responsible for working through your own stuff so that when somebody confronts you with the fact that you've wounded them, that you're able to receive that. And if you're not able to do that, you're not willing to do the work on that, then the logical consequence of that is that a lot of your relationships are going to suffer. And that's nobody's fault but your own. Like, that's just the reality of this issue. It's just not fair for him to make it her problem that she had hurt feelings by him saying something that is like objectively fucking hurtful. Okay, 59 minutes, 30 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Just trying to be honest of like who I typically date, and it has no fault to you at all. Like,
so you think by
we didn't match each other.
When an entire room is physically uncomfortable by that statement, you still don't see anything wrong with that? With saying you don't like someone's weight. Or
you're trying to position it, and that's not what had happened. So.
Well, if you feel like you've said nothing wrong, I honestly don't think there's anything left to say in this conversation. I think it's best for us for the duration of this honeymoon to just spend some time apart.
Honestly, valid.
I expected a little more, at least some remorse into what he was saying. I feel like I'm learning that Clint's the type of person that will talk at you. I mean, it's a huge red flag for me. I'm done. Yeah, thank you.
You should be done. Okay. You should be done.
Have a good day.
Because she's got no leg to stand on. What an unfortunate turn of events.
No.
What a shame.
He is the most annoying.
Unreal. Tries to turn the tide. So when you lose, you default to having to walk away. That's adult. That is how adults act.
See, he just admitted it. When you lose. First of all, the fact that he thinks he won this argument is so embarrassing because he literally just stood there like a child and refused to acknowledge that he hurt not just his wife, but everyone else, but then also called his wife childish for removing herself from a situation in which she clocked that she was not going to be able to be heard or validated. Listen, I want to be clear. I don't necessarily agree with the I am going to remove myself as like a weapon, right? I'm weaponizing my absence. I don't necessarily love that, but I do think that Gina is so much more valid in this situation than he is by just refusing to acknowledge the impact. Because again, I also want to point out that even if he struggled with feeling overwhelmed in this moment, at the very least, there should be some amount of remorse or like desire to compromise, because that's your wife and you should care about her, right? Even as a person, like, you did just meet her from person to person. Just like your fellow human being, you should have a desire to fucking not hurt people and to make amends for when you've hurt someone, right? Like, it's just, I just don't understand. Just gross. I know, yeah, he thinks he won by putting his wife in a position that she felt so uncomfortable that she left. Good one, Clint. You won by alienating yourself again. You won by driving people away from you. Neato. Like, what a fun victory for you. Yes, exactly. Look, I'm so big because I made my wife so small. What a surprise that Clint's an asshole. Okay. 1 hour and 50 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
She didn't want to have a civilized conversation. She wants to be cantankerous. This has been a game for her.
Cantankerous?
She's tried to actually do the blame game on me, and I think she's looking for an out. All of a sudden, you're going to villainize me at the peril of making yourself look good. So, is there redemption here? It's hard to say, but this is making me think.
The fact that he resorted to his little SAT vocabulary list says a lot also about Clint, in my opinion. Because he didn't talk like that before. He wasn't using SAT words every 2 seconds before this moment. And he is so obviously struggling with being made to feel insignificant and to feel emasculated by her refusing to engage with him when he was, in essence, trying to test how much of his bullshit that she would put up with. And she said, no. Goodbye, I'm fucking leaving. So now he's trying to turn this into Gina being a child and also doing the, like, you can't fire me, I quit thing. Well, I'm going to have to think really hard about the future of this relationship. Sir, she already left. She fired you. You don't get to quit. You have already gotten fired. Like, oh, which dude is being all butthurt about the riding horses? That was McKinley. Different dude. I know. I'm going to have to think about this. You have no power here. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's very clear that Clint has never had to consider the way that he impacts other people's emotions in his entire life. Like, ever. Ugh. Clutzy Morlock posted the GIF in Discord that says, you keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. From the Princess Bride. And, like, yes, absolutely. Oh, so annoying. Okay, 1 hour, 1 minute, and 17 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Next time on Married at First Sight.
This ought to be
the
good.
couples finish up their honeymoon before heading back to the real world.
It's like not meaning to put a spot, but do you think you could fall in love with her?
Ooh. Right now, I feel more of like a friendly vibe.
I'm not trying to be nobody's friend.
I'm like, I apologize. And she's like, it's unforgivable.
It's just a wrap.
I feel like I've given you the benefit of the doubt. It's like your way or the highway. It's getting awkward now.
Hey, baby, what's wrong?
And then the couples begin moving in
Chris
together.
crying?
Don't touch the first floor.
My husband is really bossy.
So is this what you imagine my living situation to be like, or is it worse? Or...
Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of like my...
You love me?
No.
With a smile? He said, no. Oh my God. Clint is so annoying. Mark said, as an obnoxious American, can I use the phrase bloody hell sawed off, Clint? In lighter news, my husband is currently baby talking and kissing our cat on the head. Okay, love that. Oh, this is in Red Dead. She doesn't need redemption. Also, like, there's nothing to redeem. Gina walked out of this with her head held high, knowing what her limits are. Clint got left because you were being fucking rude. Gina is a fucking queen. Just, ugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Just got home from work and I realized my headphones at work. No. Hi, Kraken and Eggs. I'm sorry you forgot your headphones. There's a lot of context to the do you love me thing. Okay, fair. Yeah, I'm glad that we're all on the same page that Clint fucking sucks, because he does. And the fact that he even thinks that he's the one in the position to determine whether or not they continue their relationship is hilarious. Like, actually hilarious. Ugh. Okay, you guys, we're going to call it there for today, though, because I am hungry. And also, I want to go spend time with my mans. He's been gone for many days. And so we have quality time. I just got home finally. Oh, Christine, I'm sorry. I know. Danny just got back too. I'm sorry. I know. It's not that I don't want to stream necessarily, but I want to go spend time with my husbands. I know. Clint thinks he's a fucking catch, which is even more hilarious. Ugh. Callie. That's valid. I have to go 3 weeks without playing Red Dead Redemption, and that makes me very sad. Oh, Natalie, I'm sorry. How come you have to go 3 weeks without it? I will, Lou. I will give Aaron many hugs. I mean, I did this morning, but I'll give him many hugs when I get home also. Yeah, we have some rotting on the couch time to make up for. We haven't watched TV together in like days. I simply might expire. I know, Michelle, imagine. I like my spouse. What happened? What is unknown user? What does that even mean? I don't have access. Oh, fun. I hope you guys have fun playing Jackbox. You and Aaron enjoy your Friday evening. Have a fun couples night. Thank you, Pterodactyl Pie. I appreciate you. Bye, Chelsea. I will. I'll give him a howl for you. Before you go, I must recommend a movie to watch. Watch Bottoms. It's so funny and so gay. Okay, duly noted. I think I've gotten that recommendation a couple of times, actually, Leo. So thank you. All right, you guys. I will see you. If you're in the Discord, I'll see you next Wednesday for our final Couple to Throuple stream. I know that the event says that the thing's happening until like fucking, I don't know, June or some shit. That's wrong. We'll finish our last 2 episodes of Couple to Throuple next week on Wednesday, and then I'll see you guys back for regular streams on Friday. And then also, actually, it's almost the first weekend of the month again. So next week, Saturday the 4th, we're doing patron-only streams. So if you are in the $10 or $25 tier, the Love and Belonging or Self-Actualization tier, please make sure that you have your role properly assigned. You can at any of the mods. You can use the at mods tag to ask them to assign your role if it's not working. I think we also have instructions about how to link your Discord. So just heads up, we're doing that next week. So, okay. Bye, everybody. I love you all the most, and I will see you